I keep doing this every time I go live. Thanks for coming on, everybody. It's me, Cyfax, once again. I'm going to continue to try to do a bunch of streams this week and just I don't know, see what the timing is, where how many people want to join in, how many people want to talk, how many people are available. Maybe to just like test people's schedules and test maybe some of the time zones that people are actually watching some of my stuff on. And any of you guys watching Lazarus? Actually, I am. I really actually dislike the voice acting in it so far because the only ones that I've seen of it is the American voice actors, and so I'm waiting. I'm kind of more waiting for like the dub to come out. I just have not seen it, like seen the dub version yet. But yes. With that being said, as far as like these streams are going, like obviously I've probably been streaming basically every night since I've been back from Vegas. Well, I took like one day off. And I'm gonna be I'm probably going to go ahead and continue for the rest of the week because well, people paid for me to get StreamYard, and I'm gonna go ahead and stream. I'm gonna test the timing and see how many people are watching. Do I don't know, like I'm like kind of running analytics. You know what I mean? It's like, well, let's see what time people actually want to watch some of my content, while also obviously it also depends on like if there's news of the day. Today, I feel there's a couple things that I would like to talk about, and I'll be bringing them up here in a little bit. I did throw out invites to people. I'm not sure who's all going to show up. Like so far right now, like it's late. It's late for so many people. Like a lot of the people I talk to actually live here in like America and are they're West Coast, and if they're East Coast, then it's even way later, and they're definitely asleep. But some people work late into the night, and we'll see if anybody shows up. And if not, then I'm probably just going to run through my couple subjects or my couple topics that I have, and then we will continue from there. But if people join and people come and talk, and or if people from the chat even want to come and join on, you know how I usually do things. I will invite you on, and we can shoot the shit like however you want. If there's something that maybe you want to talk about, and if you want to talk about it on you don't have to be on camera. It's just the only thing that I ever request, or like that I would prefer to request, is at least have a decent mic. Even like most people's like AirPods, like if we got AirPods or something like that, you'll probably sound just fine. It'll be okay. So let's see here. Let's go ahead and give a shout out to some of the early people. We got SJ, always showing some love to me, and of course the lovely Calypso. She's around here somewhere. She's prowling. You know, she's doing the cat thing. Let's see. We got Joseph Lanham. What's up, Joseph? How you doing, brother? Thank you for showing up. We also got Emily Kruger. We see her in all sorts of stuff, and it's always great to see you in the chats and throwing in some commentary. Like, if you ever have any questions, or if, like even if you would like to ever jump onto a stream or whatever, I feel like I'm not hard to find. I think I kind of make it pretty easy. Like if I think I feel like I've seen you on some other people's streams. Like if you're wanting to ever come on and talk about something, go for it. Just go ahead and hit me up at Gallows the Media on X, and then yeah, I have no problem bringing people on. I'll shoot you the link. I'm trying to get away from like throwing the link out into the chat because just because it's I don't want people to get used to that idea in case anything ever maybe blows up around here, like, or like it's if this channel ever finally actually gets kind of big. I feel like I've been doing decent numbers for the size of my channel, and it's all thanks to all you guys, like the constant supporters. I think that's awesome, but at the same time, I don't want it to get ruined by like a couple bad seeds who just sort of just randomly show up, and like because I'm being nice and throwing out the link to everybody, they just show up and they just come on stream and they just say some vile shit or something. You know, it's like we all joke around to a certain extent, but it's like there's a limit, you know. And I think anybody who's been watching YouTube content for a minute kind of knows where a lot of that ends. Some people do not. We got JWD Jembe. I know you hate talking Star Wars. We can wait for DA for that. Let's talk Girl Boss Beats Predator. Yes. So my topics for tonight will actually be, well, it's going to be Fantastic Four. Kind of talking about the Silver Surf, like the girl Silver Surfer. Like I'm gonna go ahead and play the trailer for the newer Fantastic Four thing because I have not really gone over it and nor really had time to talk about it on any of the channels that I've been on, and I haven't done it myself since all the Vegas stuff. Like a lot of this stuff came out during Vegas, and then we will be talking about Predator Badlands, which is the same guy who he did the movie Prey, which I didn't think that movie was all that bad. But I mean, if you're looking at it in the lens of like what's going on in like typical day Hollywood and everything, it has a lot of the tropes that are there. And the thing is like there's cool ideas about Predator out there. Like it was like, do it in like feudal Japan, like it's stuff like that. There's cool ideas that are out there. This one looks like it went like like futuristic. Like we'll be going over the trailer and we'll be talking about it when I watch it, or when we all watch it. But yeah, exactly. Exactly. Prey was meh. It was fine. Like the movie overall is okay. It's like I wouldn't recommend it as like a good Predator movie, but for being set in the time and era that we are with like Hollywood and everything right now, it was unsurprising. But there's way cooler ideas for Predator out there. Like they have comic books about it. They have a bunch of cool stuff. Hey, what's up, Nestor? So we got Nestor Penelos out here. What's going on? What's going on? Always great to see everybody in the chat. Look at this. We already got like 10 people watching at freaking like a little after midnight, man. I appreciate that you guys are even watching. Thank you very much. That's pretty awesome. Let me see here. Who else? I feel like I'm missing a name. If I missed you in the chat and I didn't give you a shout out, let me know. Go ahead and say, hey, what's up? And then from there, we will continue on. I actually don't think I don't know. I sent out some invites. I know it was late and I kind of did it last minute for probably a lot of the people that I normally talk to and or have on stream, but they do have the links, they do have the invites, but it might just be me, guys. I might be your only source of entertainment. I mean, if you can struggle through that, I mean, oh my God, what are we gonna do without other people? Is Arnie coming for this new Predator? I don't think so. It didn't look like that at all. It looks like they're straying very far from whatever their like original, or like not the original. Well, they're straying very far from the original actually. But as far as like the Predator franchise has been going on, and because a lot of it got kind of intermingled with like Alien and stuff like that, I don't know if they're gonna be showing anything from any of the older stuff, or like even mentioning that or referencing them. There might be some references, but I don't know. I'm not too sure because the trailer, it's only a minute, but I think the biggest standout of the trailer, like the thing that's really been standing out, is even in my thumbnail that I did, which a lot of people have already used that same face from the thumbnail, or that I used in my thumbnail, which is that Predator face. That looks like a bad Mortal Kombat kind of like reject skin, but then they actually put it into the movie, and it's like, this is the thing like you end your trailer on, like bam. So we'll be looking at that here in just a little bit, but I want to see if I can or see if other people will come in. I mean actually this is probably about how many people will be here in general, so we can go from there. But let me go ahead and shout out to a couple of the newer people that just jumped on. We got Joker Jag Vita, or Phytac, Joker Jack Fitak. Yes, and then let's see here. That actually might just be it. You guys are actually just like, see, that's nice. I don't even mind having like a smaller chat as long as people are talking. Because the other night, man, there was a point there where like all of a sudden I had like 50 people in chat for some reason, which I'm thankful for because my watch hours went like crazy. But then I even sat there and I talked to the chat and I was like, is anybody even here? And then it was just blank. It was just blank for like nobody responded to anything. And I was like, dude, did I get raided by bots? What is happening? Like I said, for me, like boosting my watch hours, that's fine. But I'd rather have like 5 to 10 people who are actually talking to each other than 50 people not freaking talking to each other at all. Like I think I'm like that's dumb, and I was like, is this is all bots? And I understand that the term lurkers, whatever. I've been a lurker myself, where I just join in and I'm working, but when it's 2-3 in the morning or some shit, and then there's like 30-40 people who aren't talking to each other, I'm like, this is sketchy. Like, this doesn't look right. This doesn't look good. What is happening here? I mean, like I said, for me, not that bad as far as the watch hours go. But I'm like, dude, nobody's talking. Why is it stale? Why do I have good numbers, but then nobody's talking? Like that part doesn't make sense. And with that, because I'm only so good on my own, but at the same time, every now and then you just need
Stop cock!
Hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing?
We got Andy from Hold My DualShock. How you doing, man?
What's up, Drew? How you doing?
I am doing good. I was about to start getting into like the all of 2 topics that I have going on. But have you heard anything about like the Predator movie and or like say the Fantastic Four stuff? Because I'm debating on which one to go off first and what to talk about first.
I
Because
think I know about both of them, unless something news happens, like with the trailers and whatnot.
I don't think anything news happens. I've seen you guys did a video about like the Fantastic Four stuff, so I think I'm gonna get into that one first. Just because, well, especially now that I have you here and you can help me talk about it a little bit. But so I was gonna go ahead and play. Oh my God, he left. He left me. I lost Andy. Andy's down. Andy's dead. Can anybody find Andy? No, he'll be back. As soon as he's back, we're going to go ahead and play the Fantastic Four trailer. And from there, we'll go ahead and talk about it. What is this? Remember the mental projection of your digital self at Syfax. I do not know what that is, but I was trying to talk about, or I tried to make the voice of like something from a South Park character. Sorry, my cat. I think my cat's in heat, and she's just freaking out right now. She just wants to. Can you guys hear her through? Like she's just meowing, meow, 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 meow. Stop it, Calypso. Hold on. Come here. Like you want attention? I'm gonna throw you in front of a bunch of attention. There'll be like 12 people watching you. Like, and you'll like it, I swear. In the back. Okay, so we got Andy. Andy has came back. I think
I don't know what that was. I just got bounced.
You just got kicked for some reason. That's weird. It was not me.
Even though story.
Yeah. I mean, even though now that I'm the one running the stream, I have the power. No. Jesus Christ, dude, my cat is freaking out.
What should you do that cat, man?
I think she's in heat right now. So, because I never got her fixed, but I like there's only one other cat in this studio warehouse that we're at here. And he's so old and he's fixed. So like I've never had to worry about it. But every now and then she just gets into this like mood where she's just like just wants all of the attention, and I'm like, stop it, just stop. And see here, look, okay, we're up to 14. We had almost 15 people there for a minute there. Thank you guys for tuning in. We're gonna go ahead and watch the Fantastic Four, the new trailer. Like, I believe this trailer dropped probably when we were out there in Vegas. So I don't know if you guys have probably watched it since then, or like Andy, you've probably seen it since then. I have also seen it since then, but I'll go ahead and rewatch it right now. That way we can talk about it and everything, and we will see what happens. Let me I have to present the thing. By the way, guys, if you have not been paying attention, I am a great streamer. just killing it out here. Just knocking it out of the park. Here we go.
Wow, folks, we all know the story. 4 brave astronauts head up into space and come back forever changed.
This car?
Our city, our planet, owe a debt to these.
Okay, so that's like 20 seconds in. So far, I think it looks I don't know, it kind of looks like, it reminds me of what the first trailer is. Like it's showing like obviously the world that they're setting it up in. It's clearly not the 616 or whatever that we're used to in the MCU. It's kind of an older time, but also slightly more futuristic, which is kind of weird. And then stuff like, the Thing picking up the car. I think that actually looks a lot better than it did a couple of months ago. I don't know how you feel about it.
Yeah, I like it. It kind of feels very like Silver Age, like obviously like not DC, but like just like that retro futurism type stuff.
Yeah, like so far it doesn't so far it doesn't look bad. And there will be also other things that are going to be happening here. Let's go ahead and continue. Let's do another about 20 seconds. I'm going to be doing these in like 20-second bursts. I'm trying to get to the point where I don't get hit with copyright. I'm sure I'm still going to get hit with copyright on this stuff, but I'm trying to learn. So in case I eventually ever get monetized, I'm doing it better, and I'm not just getting whatever money I get from monetization just taken away from me. So I'm trying to get better at it. So bear with me on my as far as this movie's named The First Steps. Join me on my first steps into possibly the YouTube journey. So come on, like it's almost pretty apt, right? So let's go.
Intrepid souls. And while we can never repay them, we can certainly celebrate them.
Thank you, Fantastic Four. Thank you.
Thank you, Fantastic Four!
Please welcome the Fantastic Four.
Herbie, how's that sauce looking? Okay. That's fantastic.
You're late.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do I mean? You're late for dinner.
Yes, we are.
You late?
I just said that.
Are you pregnant?
What? You're gonna be the best mom in the world, and you.
All right, so that went on a little bit longer than 20 seconds, but yes. Hey, Quentin Edwards, what's up, dude? Hey, if Quentin, if you want a link, I'll shoot you the link. I didn't know if you'd be up. Like, I don't know. Like, I understand that I was doing a much later stream, but if you're up and about and you want a link, I will shoot you the link, man. Also, that goes to basically pretty much anybody in the chat. If you're willing to go and message me, and you want to come on and talk about anything, just hit me up at Gallows the Media. I'll go ahead and bring you on, and you can talk about this trailer. We're going to be talking about Predator Badlands trailer here in just a little bit. Yes, see, I actually have a problem with Johnny Storm. He looks like Robert Downey Jr. while he was doing the gay thing in Tropic Thunder, where it's like Devil's Alley or whatever it's called, or Satan's Alley. That's what he looks like. He looks exactly like that. It's kind of crazy. I don't know how you feel about that, but
Yeah, not a big. I don't think it's a good pick.
No, not at all, not at all. But so far, I mean, like I like the kind of retro style going on. I like the color grading. Like I like what it looks like overall so far. I don't know how much I'm gonna like the movie overall. We will see. Yes, yes, Kirk Lazarus. See, yeah, there you go. But he looks like Kirk Lazarus playing that character in. I think it was called Satan's Alley. It's like that fake trailer they made where
Yeah.
like he's like gay with Toby Maguire or whatever, and it's like he looks exactly like that with the blonde hair, and he's like making those weird eyes, but he just looks like that all the time. It's it's kind of unsettling. But okay, so with that being said, let's go ahead and watch some more of it.
You are going to be the best dad. Just kidding. You are out of your depth. We are going to be the best uncles ever.
We can do this. Nothing's going to change.
Are you the protectors of this world?
Yes, we are.
Your planet is now marked for death.
It's my fault. I stretched the bounds of space. And they hurt.
So that seems kind of interesting. I mean, it's what we've already seen from like the last couple movies or the last Silver Surfer movie that came out. It's like, hey, you're marked for death, whatever. But like I went out of my way to go watch that stupid fucking movie called Wolfman because Julia Garner was in it. And I was hoping to see her do like some like really great acting in it. She was okay at best. Like the best thing I've seen her in, and I think most people have seen her in, is Ozark, you know. But I don't know, like the delivery there. I mean, it's fine, I guess, but because she's all covered in silver and everything, it's not like you get to see her acting. It's like, are you just voice acting, or even there on screen? Like, what are you doing? I don't know.
I'm not a big fan. I think she's crazy overrated. Like it's one of those things, like kind of like with Bella Ramsey, where she was in a popular thing, and now we all have to pretend like she's just this perfect in everything actress, and she's just kind of an
Yeah. Well, yeah. No, I think actually I agree with that. I thought she was fine in the role that she was in Ozark, but it's not something that like just because I saw you in that makes me think like, oh, you're gonna be great as freaking Silver Surfer, like what or whatever her name is, Shala Ball or whatever. And then from what I understand, like I don't think I've actually read the Silver Surfer comics where the female Silver Surfer is in them, and apparently there's only maybe like 5 to 6 of them anyways out there in the like in general. So why do they do this? I mean, we kind of know why they do it, just because it's like, oh, we need more female representation in just about everything now, and it's like that's fine to a certain extent, I guess, but like if the character was doing something cool, or if there was something that you know, maybe that storyline with that character had something gnarly happen, maybe it can make sense. But no one is even sitting there talking about like what that character actually did while it was on you know the five comic book pages or whatever that are like, you know, like 5 comic books worth of pages. So it's like what do you, there's like literally probably what 20 pages in general of you out there, possibly. That's it. Like what is that? Yeah, I think this actually sums it up. They did it to piss us off. And like it doesn't exactly piss me off, like, but I just find it unnecessary. And it as far as like what Marvel and are like just comic books, actually just what Hollywood is doing in general right now, it just sounds like, okay, of course, you know, it's like, oh, Silver Surfer's a female now, of course, you know, you don't sit there and like it's not gonna like make me angry or anything. I'm just like, of course you did that. You're gonna take these characters that everybody kind of knows and loves, and you're gonna use the worst version of it just because somebody did a comic that they were different in, and they're like, well, this version that nobody gives a shit about. Well, they had like a 5 comic run series, or like there was 5 comics out there with them in it. Yeah, let's go ahead and throw you into the mix. And it's like, dude, nobody wants that. Nobody cares. And I think it's going to be another lesson they're going to learn. Well, actually, that I would say it would be a lesson they'd learn, but it doesn't seem like they ever learn any goddamn lessons. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I don't care. And that's the thing, is like they like to think that it upsets fans of these things. The thing is, they can't compel us to like it. And so any decision they make, it's like, okay, cool, you've made a decision. You went, you sent your people to find the one example of a female Silver Surfer. I hope it's a good story. I hope that you can justify it, because otherwise everybody's going to know the only reason you did it was you wanted to make a statement. It's not the most intuitive decision. If you were trying to say we want to make the most amount of money, you would have picked the male Silver Surfer because it's the one that most people know. So, like, unless you create a very, very interesting reason in universe, in story for picking her, it's going to fall flat, because it's just people are going to be scratching their heads like, why did you not just have it be Norrin Radd?
Yeah, exactly. And so it's like, why not just have it be Norrin Radd, who most people already know, they already kind of like, like, especially if there's fans of them out there. Because it's like Fantastic Four, sure, it might have been like one of the first like the family oriented things from the Marvel universe, or the Marvel comic book universe, back in like whatever it was, like the 50s or 60s, when they were first introduced. But it's like people knew the Fantastic Four, and it like the Silver Surfer, they knew him because it was, if I remember right, it's actually like only like a 4 comic book arc, and like all the Galactus stuff happens in like one thing, and then they've expanded on it since then. But the original one is only like 4 comic books long, and it's like a really great like 4 comic book series. Like it's just really well done. And it's like you did all that in like probably, I don't know, less than 90 pages or whatever it was back then. Like, however many pages that shit was back then.
I mean, I think the Silver Surfer is one of those characters that kind of transcended the comics, because like even into music, like Joe Satriani has his whole album is called Surfing with the Alien. And
Surfing with the Alien. Yeah, that's a great album, by the way.
It's not technically, but it's clearly inspired by the Silver Surfer.
Yeah, it's
like,
very
for licensing reasons, he's not like a Silver Surfer.
Yeah, it has some pretty
album
great
art
sounds, like soundtracks, and yeah, it looks very like psychedelic, but also somebody on a surfboard. Like it's very like, okay, if you didn't get it, by the way, that's very inspired by that. Yes, Joe Satriani is awesome. Same with Steve Vai and whatever. If you ever seen the G3 concert, that shit was awesome.
That's him with what, Yngwie Malmsteen or whatever his name is, or
Yngwie Malmsteen. Yes, he was the one that they all play like they all like solo together at one time. It's like
I used to warm up with my friends playing. Like, we never knew how to say his name because we just read his name on the internet, but we used to warm up on guitar playing Arpeggios from Hell.
Yeah, I mean, shit, if that's your warm up, you're probably better than I am. Like, I can do sweeps and stuff. Like, I'm pretty good. And I like most of the songs that we used to make were around like 180 to 220 BPMs. Like, we played pretty quick, but I mean, that's a different thing. That's a whole different thing. Like, that's a different style of playing. Like, once you're doing like, because that's like soloing on crack, like playing stuff like that. Yeah,
we used to warm up with that. We'd play like Eruption, pretty much anything with like double tapping. I used to play Midnight by Joe Satriani just on the fly, which is 4-finger tapping.
What's up? We got Draconis, and what up, y'all? Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday to you, Draconis. Thanks for joining. We also have the lovely Sherry. What's up, Sherry? How you doing tonight? Hopefully you are doing well, and thank you for joining. on past the midnight hour, like, well, on the West Coast here, and depending on where your time zone is, I mean, this might be like you might be at the afters party, depending on what you're doing out. I mean, it's a Wednesday, so if you're going to afters on a Wednesday, then I mean, actually, I guess it would be a Thursday morning on your end, or now it's Thursday. But yes, but yeah, that's a gnarly night out right there. All right, let's go ahead and finish up the rest of the Fantastic Four trailer, and we will go ahead and continue to talk about it afterwards. I'm going to go ahead and mute and play the last. I'm just going to go ahead and let the whole thing play out. It doesn't matter, whatever. Like, it's not going to take my stuff down, but I'll probably get copyrighted for it, but it's all good.
Are we safe?
I don't know.
There's not enough time.
I'm not giving up. We will face this together. We will fight it together. As a family. Has to be us.
We will protect you.
Fantastic Four, like, oh come on, like that. I don't know, like I didn't like get chills or anything watching it. I was just like, this is the thing that actually really like threw me off with the whole trailer in general is it's the delivery of all their lines. Like it feels like they're just like phoning it in. Like every single one of them is just like they're just reading. We will save you. It's not like we will say, like, I don't know. They're putting no like umph into it or anything. There's nothing there to make me sit there and like get hyped up about like the way that they're delivering their lines. The Silver Surfer, like, even let's even throw away the fact that sure it's the chick version, whatever. It looks worse than like the T2 freaking Terminator. Like,
Yeah, definitely looks worse
What
than
is
the Silver Surfer from the 2000s.
which is crazy. It's like you're 25 years later from that one, and you're like almost 40 years later from just shy of 40 years later from T2. And how does it look worse? What are you doing? Like, what are you guys doing? I don't understand. Like, it makes no sense to me. Like, I'm not hyped about it. Like, I don't see it doing all that well. Fantastic Four notoriously has been not doing well as far as like any of the movies that they released, even the original ones that they did, or like let's not even think about the 1990s one that I don't even know if that one got released, but there's ways to find it and see it. But it's like that one happened, and then there was the 2000s version that happened that has like that shit's wonky as hell. But even their stuff in that is like that's more compelling than what I see in this trailer. And then with this trailer, I mean, you finally get some stuff where you get to see like Mr. Fantastic's power. So it's like the stretch effect doesn't look all that bad. I'll give it that, like there's a little bit of praise. But after you see stuff like One Piece, the live action show on Netflix, like that, I would say is like that should almost be the new gold standard of like stretch effects. And it's because they made it work, even though it's kind of in a wonky universe and a weird universe, but it kind of works in that universe. I don't know how well it's going to work in the rest of the movie for a full on movie. We'll see when it comes out, but I don't know. I wasn't impressed by it. Like, how do you think about it? Like when you see it, or you're sitting there like, dude, I can't wait to see Fantastic Four, or what's up?
I don't know. There's actually stuff I do like. I actually like the costumes, like weirdly, which is strange for me because you would think I would hate it. But I find myself like, I don't know if it's just because I like that shade of blue. Like I'm looking, I'm like, God, like I know people are probably gonna hate them, but I kind of like them. Like I don't know if they'll be popular, but it looks like they're trying really, really hard to look like the oldest version of these characters from the comics. Like the Thing looks like the like oldest version of him in the comics, you know, with like the eyebrows. You know, I thought the fire effect on Johnny looks fine. That looks good. I mean,
there's things that I think there's things about it that I think look really good, but then when I really think about it in like the overall context of the whole trailer and everything, I start realizing like, I can see how I feel like I kind of know how bad this movie is going to go overall. Now, I would love to be surprised. That would make my day. Like when I go and watch this movie and all of a sudden this thing actually kind of blows me out of the water where I'm like, I've dropped a video and I'm just like, this is how you do Fantastic Four. This is great. Like, you know, I don't think I'll be one of those people being like, oh, MCU is back. But there's a
I don't
part of me
think
that I would love to be able to say something roughly around those lines. Like, dude, MCU finally killed it. They finally did it. That would be cool. That'd be great. Based on everything else that they've been delivering in the last like 4 to 5 years, though, like I just don't have the faith in it. Like I just simply do not. I just don't.
second, I'm checking something. What the adjusted for inflation would be. Let's see.
Would you run in some type of numbers or what?
Yeah, I'm checking these numbers.
Gray Poupe, hey, a stream with viewers. What are you talking about, man? MSK, he gets viewers. He had like 7 to 8 people, man. That's good. That's good. Hey, man, if I even get, I was thinking I was only gonna have 1 to 2, maybe 3 people, but you know, luckily, like you know, some people joined in and like. Dude, my streams for how many subscribers I have, I'm blown away by the amount of people that actually show up and talk and or like keeps my chat alive and all this stuff. And you know, don't get me wrong, it fluctuates. It's all good, but I appreciate every single one of you. And like, if it continues on like this, I'm gonna obviously continue on with doing more streams more consecutively, and also because there's a couple of people in the chats and whatever that basically are kind of paying for it. They're just like, hey, if you need this amount of money to like do a StreamYard thing, bam, here it is. And I was just like, okay, thank you. I didn't know like people were like that fucking cool all the time, but you know, whatever. Like I'm super thankful, and because of that, it makes me want to stream more, maybe. And I don't know, well, not just stream more, maybe to stream more in general. But it makes me feel almost obliged to do so. And as I'm doing it, I feel I'm going to get better at this stuff. I'm going to learn how to do like, you know, read, get better articles, get better ideas going on. Because a lot of the times I just kind of wing it and I talk to the people in the chat, which is fun. That's it's a great way to talk to everybody who's up and around and everything. But I mean, at the same time, it's like, well, is that all you're going to do? I mean, if that's all it took, that'd be great. I mean, I could sit there and just like talk to all you guys all the time, every time. That would be no problem. But I also feel like I want to be you know, talking about like current events and new movies, new TV shows, new whatever stuff that you guys might be already following some of my content from and everything, and then get better at that and get better at introducing it to you as like, I don't know if you're watching and stuff like, so I don't know.
So in
From
2005,
5 people to 20 people. I mean, you know, that's just how things go, man. But I appreciate all y'all. I thank you so much. Also, I'm trying to aim for like 500 subscribers, like because I guess that's the cutoff point to like get monetized. and I think I will be able to get the amount of stream hours down relatively easier now because I'm doing stuff like this and I'm getting like, even if I'm only getting like, I was doing the math on it. If I was just getting like 5 to 10 people, I was like, oh, I can do this. It would take me a couple months, but I'm getting like sometimes 10 to 20 people. The other night I had like 50 for some reason. I think a lot of those were bots, but whatever. That just boosts your stream hours way up. And it's like, okay, if I can get monetized on top of that, it'll give me even more incentive to actually focus a lot more on this and then also get better at it. Like I'm going to focus on getting better at this in general, but you guys watching and you guys supporting, just hitting those likes, hitting the subscribe, like you don't even need to send money. Like you don't even have to do that. Obviously that's very nice when you do and everything. But just doing the easy thing, which is just click the like, click the subscribe. I'll be doing this stuff a lot more often, and I want to be doing this stuff more often. I love talking to all you guys. This is awesome. I think it's I don't know, it's a lot of fun. But anyways, go ahead, Andy. Sorry, I was cutting you off there.
Yeah. So in 2005, the box office was 333 million for Fantastic Four on a budget from 87 to 100 million. So fairly profitable. In today's money, that's a $536 million box office. So for it to just be as good as 2005, it would have to outperform Captain America 4 by like over $100 million.
Oh, for this movie to make money?
No. I'm saying for it to gross more than than the Fantastic Four in 2005, it would have to, like, when you adjust for inflation, it has to make more than $536 million.
See, that's fucking crazy. Like, I don't know if you've seen that bet that's going on with T. Like T was like, if Superman makes more money than Fantastic Four, like he's gonna have to do 100 push-ups on stream. I'm telling you right now, that dude's doing 100 push-ups on stream. Like, Superman's gonna like beat the hell. He's gonna like beat the brakes off of fucking Fantastic Four. I don't know by how much, but it's gonna win.
These numbers. Yeah, both of the first Fantastic Four films made almost exactly the same amount of money. They both made 300 million. So they were pretty profitable. Both of them had budgets around 100 to 120 million.
Yeah, they did relatively okay, but not enough to like continue on.
I think the reason
then you look at like
Fan
Four Stick. Like if you look at Fan Four Stick though, like
that one was horrendous, but that was
a god awful,
And then people say that they only filmed that to keep the rights.
So we got JWD Jembe saying most people on the planet are good people. SFX, all you got to do is ask and work hard, smart, listen to the audience, give them what they want. What DA pays us for, Quentin Edwards, whatever. I feel like there's like this is a jumbled thing that you were trying to say, so I might have highlighted the wrong thing, but for most of that, I believe you. Like most people on the planet are good people, yes. And on top of that, I would say most of the people that watch me are not just good people; they're great people. You're all fucking great people. Thank you. and unless you sit there and you send me hateful things, but if you're gonna send me hateful things, at least make them funny. Like, send me some funny memes or something, and I will show them. I will absolutely showcase the hell out of some funny memes. Like if you clip me or you clip other people from the show, I'm gonna absolutely showcase that. Like, let's do it, man. That's hilarious. Like I've been getting kind of like shouted out on other people's stuff because I clip their stuff, and I'll just like clip funny faces out of them, and then I'll put them onto stupid memes. And people just assume like, oh, I'm just a memer. And I'm like, I have a fucking YouTube channel. Like I'm doing just as well as you guys in some cases, but they just assume like, oh, he just does funny memes. And I'm like, dude, at least shout out my channel. Like, come on, man. What's going on here? What's going on? Like, like I met a bunch of people out in Vegas who were just like, oh, dude, I didn't even recognize you. And I'm like, I like right now my lighting's bad. I understand. But when I'm on other people's channels, like my shit like lights up. I don't know if it's some type of settings on their end or something that makes my stuff light up more. I don't know how to get that to be better. But I need to figure it out for sure. Other than that, I'm gonna have to get one of those. What do they called? Like ring lights or some shit, or just like blast you in the face the whole time. But we shall see. With that being said, so we went over the Fantastic Four trailer. The Silver Surfer part, I didn't think was all that impressive. What do you think about it overall? What are your overall thoughts about Fantastic Four? Like, do you think it's going to do well? Do you like what it's doing in general? Like, what are your thoughts about it?
I don't like really any of the casting. Like, I don't like Johnny. Like, I don't like. I think he's just. I don't know. He looks like they're trying to create like the most safe looking bad boy, and like he gives off kind of like that obnoxious Marvel vibe of like what somebody who it's like a control room setting of what like a cool guy might say. And it just comes across kind of yappy. I don't think Pedro is the right choice at all. He looks so like he's just devoid of self-confidence. He looks autistic, if I'm being honest.
I think he looks the most out of place. I think
he looks like he's
the most
uncomfortable on the set.
Yeah, he looks like it looks like he was just walking around the lot, you know, and they were like, "Hey, Pedro, you want to roll in the next Marvel movie?" And he was just like, "Sure, whatever. Like, what's the paycheck like?"
Yeah, I think they're going the whole smart is neurodivergent. I think he's going to be spurgy as hell, sit there and just be like,
Hey, T, I'm seeing you in the chat. What's up, Uncle T? Give a shout out to Uncle T. Go subscribe to this guy. Like he just did a cooking stream a little bit earlier. Hey, T, you want to jump on? I'll send you an invite, brother. I just didn't think you'd be up this late, but I'll shoot you an invite if you here. I'll go ahead and shoot you the invite anyways. And if you want to jump on, well, you will have the link. There you go.
Yeah. And then Sue Storm, man, like Vanessa Kirby. Like, I can think of like 3 other blonde actresses I would have picked ahead of her. Like the chick from Tenet, I think would have been a better pick. I mean, fuck, Jessica Alba. Like, I think, like, it's yet again, it seems like they're afraid to hire anybody who's.
Yeah, like bring back Jessica Alba. That would have been a fucking great choice. But it's like. Yeah. I think she's a good looking woman in general. I would say overall,
she's not
but it's like the shots that they have of her, like her eyes look bloodshot and like she looks like twacked out. Like she looks like she almost looks like, I don't know, a modern day. I don't want to say modern day liberal or whatever, but it's like you kind of like her eyes are just like she's just so like looks overly focused on nothing, and I'm like, maybe it might make sense in the context of the movie, but as far as what we're seeing from the trailers, I'm like, this chick looks fucking twacked out, man. Like, what the hell?
They don't seem to have any chemistry. The actor I like the most is the dude from The Bear playing the Thing, and you don't even see him. Like, and he's
you don't even see him. He's just a CGI monstrosity or whatever, like, or however you want to look at it. But I mean, I almost kind of like the way that they did with like Michael Chiklis or whatever, when they had, it was like prosthetics and everything, and it's like that kind of worked a little bit better with like a little bit of CGI on top of it. But
the movie looks like the Jetsons as well. There's a lot of Jetsons-y stuff.
Yeah,
like with the
dude, you could totally just put the Jetsons theme behind those trailers, and
Somebody
it would
should do that,
it would probably match up like 100%.
Yeah. I gotta be honest, I don't know which casting.
Let me go ahead and send the link to T. Hey, Gray, like I've seen you on here earlier as well. Hey, if you want to jump on, Gray, I'll shoot you the link, brother.
He was just on Kita's stream. She's doing the Douglas Murray debates. She's doing a great job. It's awesome. Yeah, even Moss is based. He's awesome. He's like one of my favorite parts of The Bear.
Hey, so T, Uncle T there, like I went ahead and shot you the link to the stream, and then like I was saying to Gray Poupe or Poupe, whatever, he's usually on over on MSK streams. If you guys want to watch those, go ahead and watch those at your own peril. But usually there he has good guests on there, people like Gray right here. Gray, if you want to jump on, shoot me a message at Gallows the Media, dude, and I will send you the link, man. You're more than welcome to come on anytime, dude.
Winton says Trish Stratus for Sue Storm, dude. I didn't know who that
Trish
was.
Trish Stratus from like WWF, like the old school, like what she looked like back
She
then.
should be the Silver Surfer. They should have modeled the Silver Surfer. If you're gonna do a female Silver Surfer, you model her on this, and you would move some tickets. I'll tell you what.
Dude, get that or what's her name? Stacy Keebler. There you go.
I don't know who any of these people are. Let me look that up.
I mean, those are like Attitude Era versions of like.
Oh, I've seen this chick. Yeah, she's really pretty.
Yeah, so it's Trish Stratus, and then Stacy Keebler was around that at the same time. Gorgeous. She's the one that if you watch Blue Mountain State, and then like Thad like fantasizes about like wifing up Stacy Keebler. That's who he's talking about.
Yeah, she's gorgeous.
Just beautiful woman. Yes. So I sent the link out to T if he wants to join, and then Gray. I don't know if he's going to respond or whatever. Sometimes he just likes to, I don't know, lurk and shoot the shit in the chat. Obviously, you're more than welcome to kick it from there. But I want to see if anybody else joins on here in a minute, because I'm actually going to go ahead and jump onto the trailer for Predator Badlands. And I don't know, I got some things to say about that one. But I want to see if maybe a couple other people from either the chat or like some of the more regular people who are on here, people like T and whatever. I mean, even just talking about it is making people leave. But come back. We'll entertain you, I swear. Like,
yeah.
So okay. Like every now and then, like, so I had Andy jump on, but then hold on, we also have another
Stunt cock.
we got Uncle T. What's going on, Uncle T?
You're the only person that thinks that's funny. That's crazy.
Dude, you gotta watch that movie, man, because
I know I've seen that movie. I was out of high school when that movie came out. I remember Orgasmo, the Mormon porn star. Yeah, we get it.
Yeah, but it's like they do the stunt cock thing, and every time they do it, it's like a white guy, and then they do that one scene where there's like a black guy who jumps in, and like even the director's looking around like, what the fuck is happening? And he was just like, fuck it, let's go. I'm sorry, I find that hilarious. But
back when the Valley was good, man, the Valley used to be popping back then.
I'm in Chatsworth. I'm in like the porn capital of the world, man. So yes,
it used to be. Oh man, let's go out there on a whim, man. On a whim. Oh man. Oh boy, there's stories I know about that place.
Wait, hold on. Name says, wait a second. DA is paying you guys? No. Like, is he paying T? Are you getting paid from DA? I've never seen $1 from this guy.
I've uncovered
he was supposed to buy me a beer one time,
conspiracy.
and he didn't fucking give me it. Like so people gave him money to buy me a beer through chat, and he still didn't buy me a beer. So no, this guy does not pay us anything when we're on there. We just do it because it helps boost our channels. Also, he's a friend. Like, Jesus Christ, like he's just most people jump on other people's stuff for free all the time. No one's like, hey man, you got $10, jump on. No, nobody's doing that. Most people just that's kind of how the YouTube thing works, man. Like, I mean, I guess if maybe your channel gets big enough, if you get like FNT style where you have like 11,000 people watching you, it's like, hey man, yeah, here's $100 to jump on for a couple hours. Like,
You guys want to get into?
they might do it there, but yeah, go for it.
I've uncovered a major conspiracy. I don't think David Cornsweat's as tall as they say he is, bro. There's like a whole rabbit hole here showing him standing next to the Christopher Reeve statue, which is like, Christopher Reeve was 6'4", clearly looking up at the homie. Clearly.
I mean, is it just a bad camera angle? Because
he's also standing next to Nicholas Holt, who's 6'3", and Nicholas Holt looks taller than him.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that could be a thing. I mean, they do that a lot with stuff like wrestling, where they're like,
football, bro.
So and so is 6'7", and they're like 6'3", which don't get me wrong, it's still tall, but that's not 6'7". Like that's a huge difference.
They said for years Drew Brees was 6 feet, and I'm like, no, he wasn't.
Well, even meeting you, you're like 6'3", 6'4", or whatever. And it's like, I mean, I think we even have that. Well, we have the one picture that we took, and I'm like, in that picture, we roughly look. I would say I still look a little shorter than you, but me compared to you, compared to everybody else, it was like it's a drastic difference. Like everybody else that we met was like, I don't know, 5'8", like, and I'm like, okay.
T's tall. How tall are you, T? Like 6'3", 6'4"?
T's like 6'2". He's like 6'2".
Y'all better stop. I'm maybe slightly 6'2". Slightly 6'2".
Yeah, T's slightly taller than me, but he's skinnier or whatever. But at the same time, he's just like, I would say he's about like he's probably pushing maybe 6'2", give or take.
I'm gonna get to the bottom of this height. I'm gonna get out a laser level. I'm gonna find out how tall this dude is. I'm not gonna rest. People can't be lying about their height, think they're gonna get away with it. Because ever since I came out, they're like, he's taller than Henry Cavill. That was supposed to be.
Dude, I've been saying ever since I've been on everybody's channel, or like even doing my own stuff, I'm just like, dude, I'm 6 foot, whatever. And I met a bunch of the people that are in like some of our little group chats and everything. And it was like, they were confused to meet me. And it was because I think most of the time they were looking up at me because they're all so damn short. They're all dude, like some of the tallest people that we met out there who like we stream with were like all of 5, maybe 5'9" or some shit. They're probably out there saying they're like, I'm 6 foot. Like, you're not 6 foot, dude. You're not even fucking close. Like, liar. Like, stop lying. You don't gotta lie to kick it, guys. It's all good. But yeah. So that happened. But
cook tonight, Uncle T. What were you cooking?
I made some bootleg tacos, man. Jack in the Box style.
You made like
bootleg Jack in the Box tacos. So it was like vegan meat or what?
No, it was real meat. Pause. It just when you cook the meat, right, you have to put it in a blender to make it be like paste, right? So, and then you put the get the tacos or whatever, like the tortillas, right? The corn tortilla shells, and then you put cheese in them, and then you fry them. That's what they do with Jack in the Box. Why they're so good late night. So you dip them in, you fry them for maybe 2 minutes, and then you take it out, and then you quickly put the tomatoes and lettuce in there, and they serve it to you. But what you really do with Jack in the Box tacos is once you get them, is you get yourself like a nice little 1/8 of shrooms, and then you put some shrooms into those tacos, and because the crunchiness of the taco shell blends right in, you won't even notice how bad the shrooms taste. And then about an hour and a half later, you won't remember that you even fucking ate those stupid fucking things. It's great. Like,
do you think Jack in the Box tacos are better than Taco Bell's like side tacos they give you when you order a meal, Uncle T?
I think so. The problem with like Jack in the Box has such a wide variety of food.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get to really appreciate the fact that they used to make a really good jumbo jack, really good other stuff was really good until food brokers got into the game. A lot of things have changed. Like Del Taco, Syfax, another Del Taco, man, used to have a great taco, man. Pause.
Well,
But, you know,
they have they call it the Del Taco now, but it used to just be their regular taco. So it'd be like the taco meat, it would be like lettuce, tomatoes. Basically, that was it. But it would actually have like a good hard shell taco, because if you get like the smaller ones, those things are like they just fall apart. Everything about it kind of sucks. But you could get what's called like the Del Taco, and they finally brought it back on their Taco Tuesdays, or it's either on Thursdays or Tuesdays. I don't remember what it is, but it's one of those days. One day is like the chicken soft taco night, and then the other one is like the regular taco night. But then they brought the Del Tacos back into it to where you can get them for like it's like $4, $4.50, but you get 3 of them, and it's enough for me. I'm just like, man,
I'll say
that's
this,
all I need.
with the food brokers and all that. I know that one of them, I'm not gonna say which one of them got in trouble for having kangaroo meat.
Really?
Serving kangaroo meat. And I mean, because they got food brokers, right? When they just say this is beef, they don't tell you what kind of beef. They don't say, oh, okay, this is all cow beef. No, there's not enough cows in the world to feed people when they're hungry every day. That meat.
Yeah, Uncle T, we got a JWD Djembe saying, you forgot to tell us what spice you put on your meat, dude. So what are you putting up on your meat before you're putting it in people's mouths, man? I know what I said. Go for it. There's no pause there. Let's go for it.
There's a pause. When you know what, man, I use the Taco Bell seasoning packet, so that's basically the seasoning I use. And then I use their mild sauce, man. I can't do spicy food, man. I just don't have the palate for it. But yeah, that's it.
I don't know. I just do like the Kroger mild thing on usually I mainly eat like a turkey, like, so like I'll buy like the 3-pound thing of turkey for about like it's like $9 or some shit.
When you buy your turkey, do you get it in like a pack form? Is it already ground? And how hard do you have to fight off?
It's basically a ground turkey or whatever, and then it's just it just, I guess it looks like it's in a blocked form or whatever.
And how hard do you have to
cut it in half?
How hard do you have to fight off the gaze to get it?
That part's not hard. That part's not hard at all. Like the gaze might be the gaze might be hard, but I'm not like that.
You don't like beef, or are you just trying to like watch the calories? What?
It's more for like, it's like I'm just going for the lean meat, Andy. That's what I'm going for. No, but it's cheaper. It's a lot cheaper. Like sometimes I'll go. Obviously, we go with the ground beef and everything, whatever, every now and then. But it's just cheaper, and it's a quicker way to. I don't know. Like I've been trying to lose weight without like working out too hard and doing all the extra bullshit. So I'm like, let me fix my diet first, and then from there I can go from there. So it's like I've been eating a lot of like chicken and like lean, like more lean beef, or like, you know, turkey and stuff like that. So
you've been watching your meat intake.
Yeah. I'm sitting there trying to guzzle some meat down like T over here, but
I don't. No.
Nah. That's a massive pause.
We eat so much red meat in South Africa. Like when someone sometimes I eat chicken and I don't even think it's like a meal. It's like, I don't know. It's like appetizer food. Like I like it, but I love red meat.
Well, we're talking about good food. How about we go back to bad trailers? Let's go ahead and watch the Predator Badlands trailer.
You thought that was a bad trailer? Wow.
Well. If you think differently, I'm gonna go ahead and play about 20 seconds at a time. We'll talk about it, and then we'll talk about the full thing once the whole trailer's done. Actually, I'll probably do it in like 2 30-second clips because it's only like a minute and some odd seconds. So let's go ahead and play it. Let me go ahead and hit the Let me go ahead and present the damn thing. Here we go. Da, 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 da. And here we go.
I didn't think you survived.
All right, that's the first half. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna go ahead and play the rest of it, and then we'll just talk about the whole thing once it's all done. Because who cares? Whatever. I'll get a copyright strike. Who gives a shit? So let me go ahead and play the rest of it for everybody. Bam.
You're hunting something that can't be killed.
So that was the Predator Badlands trailer. So let's go ahead and let's hear your take on it there, Andy. What's going on, dude? Like how do you feel about that once you've seen it? Like I'm assuming you've seen this before I just played it. But,
I don't mean this in a bad way at all. It looks like a B movie, like a B action movie. Like those,
yeah, man. But
which
look,
I think is like not a bad thing. I think it's a distinct style of film. This is why so many films people have been tearing apart. I'm like, bro, we pretend like we don't watch B movies, like things that you would watch on like Sci-Fi Network and shit like that. I'm interested with the.
I think I would agree with that, but look, I think the main thing that I would actually be more curious about. What did you think about that Predator design?
Oh, bro, like the Predators, like people forget how all over the place the Predators have been. I mean, there's what, like at least like 12 different variations of the Predators.
I think that's the worst fucking one I've seen ever.
No, the one where the mandibles, I'm trying to find it. The one where the mandibles were like a foot out. Do you remember that one? I think it was it Alien V?
Well, I think it's just like so bad with the CGI, the eyes, like the very sunken in eyes, like everything about it it looks off and off-putting, and not in like a creepy or like interesting sci-fi way. It's just like it looks it almost looks lazy while also being terrible. Like
a B movie.
Sure. Like, but Prey was like a B movie through Hulu, though. And it's like I understood the appeal of watching Prey on Hulu because it was a Hulu fucking movie. This one's getting actually released in theaters and stuff. I don't see why this should be in fucking theaters. Like that, I don't see that at all. If any, like I actually would have more preferred to see Prey be in theaters. I would have gave that a little bit more love than what they're doing with this. But I just think it looks freaking like abysmal, like the designs and stuff. And then the other obvious stuff where it's like very girl boss. And there's people who are debating, and I don't know how like the Predator gender stuff works, but people are saying that that's going to be a female Predator and everything. Like I don't know how all that works. I've just been seeing that going across the online stuff. So I can't really comment too much on that because I don't think that really totally matters. But if it is, then that actually will probably end up making it worse. You know, like people will really chastise the shit out of it.
Bone Bridger was having like a meltdown when he saw it earlier. He was saying that he was like talking about predators or whatever. He's like, perhaps I judged you too harshly.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. But Uncle T over there was saying that he did, like when I was saying that I didn't really like the trailer. He sounded like he might have liked the trailer. I'm curious why you did, and what about it you did like.
Well, I think that they're trying to advance the story, which I like. The girl boss thing, I can get over, right? I can get over.
Mm-hmm.
I think at this point, like most people have like just accepted it, which kind of sucks to a certain extent because like they've almost they've gotten the basic audience into like just accept it and roll with it because this is all you're gonna fucking get. You know, like this is what you're gonna get. Accept it, and it's like fuck it. If this is what I'm gonna get, I still want to watch movies. Fine, but it's like it's the same thing with so many other things where it's like you know, it's just like once the ball starts rolling down the hill, it's just like, you know, just get the fuck out of the way or like just accept your fate about it because this is happening. And, you know,
I tell you what,
it sucks, but whatever.
That's a better trailer than Superman.
Ooh.
Bullshit. Oh, dude, I would say that's some hardcore bullshit right there. There's no fucking way that trailer's better than Superman. No, I'm pushing like all the way back on that shit. That is some bullshit right there. And that's saying with like Superman not being that great of a trailer. I would say Superman is not a good I would say Superman is not a good blockbuster trailer. But if it, like, I would say this trailer is a good, like, barely hitting a B movie trailer. Like, it's a decent trailer for like a B movie at best. I would say Superman is a bad blockbuster trailer. But
I think the Superman trailer is incredibly good.
I don't think
it's mid for like a blockbuster trailer. Yes, I can agree with you on that. Like that, like, but I would say I don't think it's anywhere near B territory. Like it's like an A- at worst if you really wanted to get really into it.
I thought there was stuff in the Superman trailer that looks like a CW, like Metamorpho or whatever. I thought looked like a CW.
There's some stuff that does not look good, but everything in that trailer
I look
already
a picture
looks
of Metamorpho, and that looks worse than the Predator.
Hold on. I see Rockefeller Plaza up in the chat. Hey, what's up, Rockefeller? Hey, do you want to link to the chat? You want to jump on? If you're up and around, dude, or like if you got other stuff to do, that's fine. But if you're up and around for a little bit, I'll shoot you a link, dude. Like you're always welcome, brother.
And
there you go.
The reason why I'm saying that I'm saying that it's Superman trailer, man. Look, this trailer is 7 months out. 7 months out, and we got a 7 month out.
It's 7 months out, but it's not going to look any better than that. That movie is done in the fucking like that. They already forgot about it. Now Superman they're still working on some of that shit.
No, they're not. They say that.
Well,
That's the fans saying that. They're not. Like this is the problem.
Maybe not now. It's 2 months out, so
they haven't worked on it. When the first suit came out, everybody was trying to defend it, saying, "Look, it's not going to look like that." Big dogs. It looks exactly like it looked in the very first photo.
Okay, hold on. I'll actually say, come on. This is a fucking lie right here. Crypto looks bad.
Crypto, no, some people just like fake dogs, bro. Some people don't like fake animals.
That's fine. But like,
so if you have a CGI fake dog,
that looks better than any of the fucking Lion King bullshit or whatever that's been coming out. Like that looks like a better.
People didn't like the Lion King. You're
dude. Oh my god. Yes, yeah, fine.
People are like a soulless, dead-eyed Lion King. Check out
that dog looks more alive than fucking this goddamn Predator movie. Like, you know,
I bet you we're gonna find out they spent like $50 million just on crypto.
Oh no, look, I'm not justifying that it'll make more money. Predator's going to lose fucking money. I almost get. I would actually put money on that movie.
I would
losing
take
money.
that bet. I bet you it makes money because I bet you they shot it for nothing and it'll go and make like
Nah,
200 million.
They
Just like
shot
Romulus
it.
did.
They probably shot it for 120 or so, and it might clear 100 million worldwide.
Those movies,
Dude, you got a
see
movie
that.
like Sinners right now that's actually getting praised. People actually like it, and it's like it's kind of big, and it still barely might make money. It needs to make over 225 million just to make $1.
Sinners will
Just
make
to
that,
make
though.
$1.
Sinners
Just
was-
to make $1. I think it's going to be scratching the surface
I think
because we
Sinners
have so many other movies that are coming out that are going to be
Bro,
like
not like
in about 2 weeks we got freaking Thunderbolts. Whether people like that's not going to be that big of a movie, but it's going to take away. It's going to
Have y'all-
take away from the other stuff.
Have y'all seen Sinners yet?
I have seen Sinners.
I thought it was the best movie I've seen all year.
Are you serious?
I do not
Yeah.
at all. No, not at
Yeah.
all.
I thought it was the best movie I've seen this year.
Don't get me wrong, I didn't hate it. I enjoyed it for the most part, but it was, oh my god, like the writing was so fucking bad, and the way that they there were so many scenes that would happen right after they just explained something that contradicted what the fuck they just told you, and they did that over and over again.
When?
So no, like every time they explained like anything to do with vampires, they were just like, and all of a sudden, this doesn't happen anymore. This doesn't work. Blah blah blah. And that'd be one thing if they were like trying to figure everything out. It's like no, they said it as like this is a fact, and like that's because we only had so much time. So it's like this is what's going on with the movie, and then those things don't work in the movie.
It wasn't good storytelling. It was not.
It was not. It was not.
It was a cool looking movie, but
It looked good. It had good music, or like had a good sound design. It looked good. Like overall, like I would say it's probably the best looking movie and the most competently filmed. But the storytelling was lackluster. Very fucking lackluster. But yeah.
Interesting.
It's interesting how
Yes.
that movie Lady in the what Lady in the Yard or whatever it's called. The other movie didn't even scratch the surface. The horror movie about the lady being in the yard, you heard nothing about that. But how Sinners made money is crazy. So go figure.
Well,
you know?
see here. So I'm gonna go ahead and like maybe spoil some stuff from Sinners just in case like if people have seen it or whatever. And they like so the invitation thing, right? So okay, there is a person who does get turned while they're inside the building, and their first thing while they're inside the building is not to like they're trying to get out of the room that they're in so they can go and attack the people in the room that's around them. But then they get out and then they immediately run out of the building. But it's like, you're already in the building. You don't need to be invited back in. Like, why do you need another invitation? Like, you've already been invited in. Like, you basically were reincarnated in said building. You
But that's
shouldn't
not
need an
how
invitation for that.
Vampiric invitation works.
Well, then why the fuck did you run out?
Because he got
Why-
hit with garlic water. They literally told you that when they said, "What did you throw?"
Yeah,
on
we
him?"
saw
He got
him
hit
get
with garlic
sure.
water.
Why would he run out the freaking door though? Like
Because
why?
he was wounded by the garlic water that they had just said that they hit him.
That was it. That was enough. Okay.
I'm sorry that the garlic water was not conducive to your outlook on what vampires a fantasy being should be wounded by. I
But
will
Andy,
tell Ryan
why
Coogler.
vampires? Out of anywhere in the South, oh man.
No,
Oh,
you know what? Actually, what the main thing that I was kind of actually waiting for to come back because like what I usually really like, especially when they do introduce like Native American characters or whatever, like when they introduce Indians, however, whatever, like because they have like certain type of mysticism behind them, they invite like they show them in the movie. And then I mean, they do say like, oh well, once the sun goes down, like we need to go back into like hiding or whatever. But it was like there was a part of me like I was hoping they would come back towards the end of the movie and like help everybody. You know, it's just like, oh, we fucking found your asses or whatever. And then there's other things where it's like the reason that they're even
Islamic,
drawn
they
there
were
in the
Irish. They didn't
Well,
have, yeah, they're Irish.
well, it's like there's also things in the movie where it's like the music aspect of it, where it's like because music, like certain people can summon, basically when they're playing music, like summons the ancestors of like the future and the past type of deal. Things like that were kind of cool and
Yeah,
interesting.
that was awesome.
And
The idea of music as a form
and
of
like that scene was really cool. Like when they really when they shot that, and all of a sudden it shows literally the future and the past going on, up until like there was that chick fucking twerking, and I was like, oh, okay, if you didn't do that, I would have liked the scene a hell of a lot better, because I was like, wow, that's not a good way to represent the future, but okay.
it
I
was
mean,
just
I
showing
guess
the
it kind of technically is, but yes, I understood what I was doing, but
and then Islamic was asking why was he Irish. So the reason he was Irish was so that you could have the line where he's reading the Our Father, because it's meant to let you know that that vampire is from like 1,000 years ago when Ireland was invaded and like became Catholic.
yeah, like he's like
From England.
thousands of years old. Yeah, like there's very cool and interesting things that are going on in the movie, but I don't want to say I would say it's my favorite movie of the year. I think the movie that I most enjoyed this year was Companion, but now that I've rewatched it because it came out on Max, I don't like it
Companion,
as
I feel,
much.
was so overhyped. It was okay. It was.
I think that's how I feel about Sinners. I think Sinners is like extremely overhyped. People like blowing that shit out of the water, and I'm just like,
I think it's because the cinematography is phenomenal. It's been a while since
there's
you've seen a
great
film that
there's
looked
things that are awesome in it, and I just like the thing. I you know what it is? It's the things that I wanted to pay off, it didn't pay off.
like what?
That's what it was, because overall, like, and I even say in my review that I did about it, where I'm like, I would recommend going and seeing it at least once, and like if you really like it, you'll probably go see it more than that. But excuse me, I would say like overall, it was just the things that I wanted to have pay off in it, like didn't pay off in the way that I was wanting. So it's more just a me problem as far as that goes. But I understand why people like it. I absolutely get that.
See what films come out this year. You didn't like it, T, though? You didn't. It wasn't your cup of tea.
Well, T was saying that like he didn't really like it. There's a bunch of actually people in my chat when I was kind of talking about it that were saying that they didn't really fully like and everything. And I think what I actually just said as far as how I feel about it was like the whole there's things that I felt like there was like multiple cool ideas going on, and the ideas that I liked that were going on, they didn't pay those ones off. Like they didn't pay off some of the cooler ideas that I thought was going on.
So I thought the coolest idea was the concept of music as a form of magic, an ancestral form of magic. I feel like that through line is not only paid off. Did you see the very ending, by the way? Or did you leave when the credits first start rolling?
Oh, I fucking left when the
and you don't know. Yeah. You don't know the ending then.
Well, I've watched it since then, but yes, but it wasn't enough to make me all of a sudden like turn. If I need a fucking 20 to 30-second stinger at the end of the fucking movie to make a 2 hour and 20-minute movie like make sense or like justify what the fuck happened,
just the payoff for
then I find that stupid. Like if I need a 20-second stinger at the end of a 2 hour and 20 hour minute,
a couple minutes, he plays a whole song, but
Oh no, when he's jamming, like way later on in life or whatever, like
When you
he's
find
like
out that
when he's in his 90 or like when it's like 1980 or 1990 or whatever, and he's jamming.
and
Yeah, no, I saw that. Yeah,
saw what happened at the bar.
No, I don't think I saw that. But
Yeah,
I mean, do I fucking need that to justify a 2 hour and 20
because
hour?
at the bar, the brother and Amanda.
Yeah, they're still alive. Okay, no, I
Yeah.
did see that. They're still alive. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did.
Oh, Uncle T can't hear. His mic's not working. It says can't hear.
No, he keeps coming back in.
I can't fucking hear.
No.
Fucking hear.
Now,
you hear now?
wait, we can hear you. Can you hear us? Apparently you can't. But hold on. We also got Rockefeller Plaza. What's going on, Rockefeller? How you doing tonight, man?
What's going on? I was about to geek and send the emoji because T's like, I can't fucking hear it. Jumping in now.
How you doing tonight, man? How's everything going?
GG's, bro. What's going on, man?
Not too much. Just kicking it, man. Shooting the shit. Talking about some. We were talking about Fantastic Four, and then we started talking about some.
I was brushing my teeth.
What was it called? Predator Badlands, which it seems like a follow up from the movie Prey. Did you see Prey?
I didn't, but I did hear Andy and them talking about the Fantastic Four trailer looks better than Superman, and I was like negative, and I was like thinking about it for a second. I was like, wait a minute, well maybe the Fantastic Four trailer looks better, but I think the movie.
Pull up the picture I sent in the private chat.
The fucking
which one?
The trailers lately. Remember that thing we said that last week? I was like, shout out to the people making the trailers.
Oh yeah, this picture looks like shit.
Yeah,
because if you have these fucking trailers and these people are selling these fucking games, Superman trailer doesn't look that good, but it does look like it's going to be a good movie. So they don't have to have
it. It looks like it's going to be a good movie if the trailer doesn't look good.
Because trailers lie. When I buy these games, I can see through the trailers. I can see through, like, they're grabbing and pulling select parts. And if you can't put it together, that means it's a big fucking film. Either they're all over the place.
I would say most trailers this year so far have looked pretty shit, except for the 28 years later trailer. Yeah. That trailer is like whoever did that trailer, like, you need to have that person on your team for whatever fucking movie you're doing, because that person, like that team, whatever, they knocked that shit out of the park. Because I haven't seen anything other than that one trailer, and I'm still looking forward to that movie because that thing looks like a banger. Like, and I mean, who knows? That movie could actually suck. The movie could actually be really fucking terrible. But that trailer, though, like, that trailer is like that's what you want to be selling people on. And I will say, I would say, like, even with Fantastic Four, the trailer was okay. And I guess I could easily admit, like, the Superman trailer and the Superman promotion and everything has been terrible. I think we've actually been talking about that for the last, like, at least almost 4 to 5 months now. Like, once we saw the first trailer back in, like, December or whatever it was, like, it's been bad. The promotions have been bad. I think about it, like, their whole marketing department has been fucking terrible for this movie. And a lot of us wanted the movie to look good, seem good, and, like, there was actually a little bit of hope. And like at the very worst, I would say everyone was very lukewarm about it. It was like, it didn't move the needle, but it also didn't really, like, kill my enthusiasm for it. But the enthusiasm was just, it wasn't really, like, off the charts either yet. You know, it was like nobody was sitting there like, I want to see Superman, I need to see Superman. It was nothing like that at all. It was I
need to see Superman.
Yeah, it was nothing like that. It was like most people were just like, yeah, I'm gonna see it because it's fucking Superman. Of course I'm gonna see it. Like, we're all comic book fans, so it's like, I'm still gonna see it. But all the stuff that's been coming out about it, like, you're not selling me on the idea, on me maybe wanting to sell the idea to other people. Like I'm gonna go see it, but right now I'm not sitting around like asking any of my friends like, hey, you want to go see it with me? You want to go see it with me? You're checking out Superman? I'm not doing that right now because your promotion has been shit.
So check this, just to clarify to the chat, when I said that Sinners is easily the best film I've seen in theaters this year, I have seen the Minecraft movie, Captain America Brave New World, Snow White, and Mickey 17 in theaters.
That fucking bar is high right now.
Okay, yeah. So if that's your bar, I would.
And then I saw Companion, but like, bro, Sinners.
Like I saw Companion in theater, and like I really enjoyed it. That thing that.
Poor Andy saw Snow White in theaters. Poor Andy.
Companion also ruined itself because the second trailer gives away what like a lot of the fucking movie's about.
Which is, by the way, why I liked Minecraft. I had just seen Snow White the week before. I was like, bro, compared to Snow White, Minecraft was a barrel of fucking fun.
If you want to up your movie going experience, see something like Snow White before you see any other movie, and every movie afterwards is going to be like, this is the best fucking thing I've ever seen. You can be like, guys, I saw Two Girls, One Cup, and it was a cinematic experience compared to fucking Snow White. Like you'd be like, that was fucking amazing. Yes,
lower the bar.
Everything above that is like, yeah. It's like, dude, I was doing what's it called? What's the thing where you go under the bar, like you like at certain type of music events or whatever, where you just like, it's not hula hooping, it's what the fuck is the name of that? Whatever you do, where you're like, you bend backwards and you go under the bar. So like you're doing that limbo. So you're limboing in hell, and then you start there, and then everything above that is going to be fucking amazing.
You talking about Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter?
Yeah, I said, is that better than fucking
I like
Sinners?
it. I like that film. That's another.
I think it's a great
fun,
film.
Stupid film. Like it's a ridiculous.
That's a fun like B movie.
CGI.
Like, I would consider that like a B movie. Yeah,
I'm in.
That's a good B movie where it's like, this is gonna be. But when you see a title like that, you know what you're getting into. Like, this is gonna be retarded, but I'm gonna have fun with it. Like,
I'm just getting a movie about Prohibition era vampires and a juke joint. You know what you're getting into when they've got like rap music. Like, I mean, it's like Django Unchained. Like Django Unchained is.
It's not a real slave. Yeah, it's a fun slave story. Yeah, exactly. Okay, I see what you're saying.
Clip that right there where he talks about a fun.
Slave story. Yeah, I'd say it's an extremely fun slave story.
Rockefeller likes fun slave stories, by the way. There you go.
He doesn't like the not fun ones, just the fun ones.
Yeah, not the non-fun ones. Hey, T, get back here. T, get back in here, and what do you got to say about that?
I'm Dallas the media. I'm out. See you. Bye.
Pull up that picture. Why are you not putting that picture on screen that I sent you? Why are you hiding this picture?
Oh my god! Wait, hold on.
Let the people see. This shillery will not stand.
I know, right?
I bet you're one of these people out here saying David Corn Sweat's 6'4" too. You're in on it. Syphax is in on the conspiracy.
Yeah, you know what? Andy's only 5'8". He just lies on camera, and by that I mean like he's tall. He's taller than me at 6. I'm 6 foot, but he looks taller than me. It's literally camera trickery and like douche fuckery.
This way, like, Andy. Am I doing it right? Hey, Andy. Do you want to hear my conspiracy I came up with this week?
Other side, buddy. But
there we go. There we go. So that's the picture?
Yeah, look at that, bro. That is CW level. Like
that's pretty. That's pretty fucking terrible,
bro. Someone please, bro. I don't give a fuck if it's magical. It's awful. Like, bro, T.
I mean, is it a costume or is it CGI?
Where are you, T? I don't give a shit, dude. This is horrendous. And again, this is in the trailer that everybody's talking about, and we just ignored. Like, bro, that is silly.
That was in the trailer?
Yes. I swear to God, I think I'm the only person that watched
this
the trailer.
This is the newer. This is like the newer trailer. But yeah.
Everybody's like, it's the same. It's so good. It's so good. I'm like, bro, did you pause it?
No. Yes, there's plenty of shots that are fucking terrible. But
They're not going to fix
like,
it. That's what
There's
you,
no
you
CGI
do realize
in this.
you
This
do
is
realize
like a
we were
green screen
comparing
background,
this
though.
to the freaking new Predator trailer. Like that was the original conversation. The new freaking Predator trailer looks fucking god awful. It looks like a reject freaking like Mortal Kombat design. Like that thing looks horrendous.
So what's
Like,
going on here? Is
that
this
compared
in
to this, I don't think there's any comparison to that.
Did they,
Other
like,
than they're both.
cut
I would say, actually no. I would say they're both bad. That they're both bad.
See,
So is
people
this
are
a
saying
scene?
that they're saying
think
that
they
they're
cut
going
out
to
a
touch it up
scene.
with CGI. Like if it's in the trailer, they're almost surely not going to, unless it's another situation like we've come to see where things you see in the trailer don't make it to the film. Remember how many things from Joker 2
Yes.
did not
DC
make it into
does
the
that
film?
a lot. DC
Yeah.
does that a lot.
This is a DC Warner Brothers problem. I
Yeah,
keep saying
DC's really bad with that. Even with like with like someone like
The Suicide Squad is not
James Gunn at the helm here. It's
According to the trailer,
like I don't trust that
James Gunn has been at the
that
helm
they'll-
for what? Since since right after Black Adam. Has it made any of the films better?
I don't think it was like I think he got thrown in there.
Doesn't matter. He was the head.
While there was getting made, and but
He tinkered. You can see his fingerprints on the Flash.
look, what I can easily say is that the stuff that he's fully involved in, because like his name's actually on it and everything, he has been like the most narcissistic piece of shit over and over and over again.
if he was involved, in
I
Black
can
Adam,
admit that I've been saying that I've
would've
been
got a
saying,
Superman.
look, my the little bit of faith that I even originally had him in him doing good has been waning very hard, and like it's basically almost non-existent. But it's like I still want a good Superman movie, like I think a lot of us do to a certain degree. But I can easily see that it's probably not going to be
Either way,
what we want,
I
like,
know,
or like what we even hope for. You know,
I don't know. If you
I
guys
can admit
caught-
I can admit that. That's fine. That's
Did
fine.
you catch the most awful thing he did in the trailer too? There was slow mo in that trailer. That's a no go, bro. Like,
Oh,
that's
man.
only Snyder Bros.
Slow mo is a Snyder thing.
So like as soon as I saw that,
They're
I'm
just
like,
like
bro,
cutting grass or cutting weed at fucking like like 1/20th speed. You know,
it was so funny because the media was trying to praise Gladiator 2, and
dude,
the
that
scene
punch was
opens.
so lame. So
Do you
lame.
remember Gladiator 2 opens
Oh,
with them
yeah,
fucking
let's do that.
dropping wheat grain in slow motion?
Yeah, it's look, I get it. I've been lowering my expectations, Andy. If unless something else comes out till then, they're basically about as low as I'm going to be able to get them without being like I fucking hate this without seeing it. And I don't want to say
No.
that. Like
Islam
I'm
makes absolutely right.
I'm just about there, and I have no problem admitting that. That's fine.
if there's one person that's hopeful in this internet space, it's definitely me for both movies. I think the Superman trailer has less, but the Superman trailer doesn't have any dialogue in it either. It's mostly just that music, and you're seeing besides like when he's talking to Crypto for the first second, Crypto home. At their home,
Yeah,
there's no
that's
talking.
basically all he said.
Well, we got
then
talking
it-
now
no,
with the robots.
Well, I mean, the robot. I mean, you know what I mean. But it's like besides that, it's like basically just shot. He's not giving you a
By the
big
way-
part of the movie. We don't know the whole movie. He's keeping a little bit of secret. For
I
the-
know you guys are
for
big
the-
on continuity and not, making yourself redundant with the very next phrase. What about the fact when the robot says, "There's no need to thank us, we wouldn't appreciate it," or whatever, just for him to have the robot giggle because he looks at him?
See that actually
because
what
they're
I think-
AIs. They're programmed to act human, so they're giggling
No,
because that's
But
what
then why would he
humans
say
do.
you don't need to thank me? Because it
Because-
was
what I took from that actually was
tell you
like,
why,
that's gonna be the one robot that actually kind of transcends or whatever, like goes a little bit past the AI stuff, and like you even see him in the trailer later on, like he's holding
I've
one of the
explained this already.
robots. It's gonna be the robot that actually has a personality and kind of like goes beyond what the other ones do. So that's gonna be the one that we like maybe the audience will be in touch with. I don't get me wrong, I think it's stupid, but it's like it'll be like that one will have the personality, and then that's the one that's going to die or that gets fucked up. I mean, it's even in the trailer. It kind of shows it.
So I'll explain this, Andy.
It's stupid, but it's probably what's going to happen.
There is only friends. Ever since he's been on planet, the only friends he's had besides, his Kent family is the robots. Every time, so over his lifespan and growing up, if something happened, he dropped something, they could come to help him. He's like, oh, thank you. That's a natural human reaction. Don't need to thank us. And the program response is we're robots. So he's heard this 3 or 4 times, several times, maybe hundreds of times. But this is the first time he's been injured. And he's on the brink of life because we don't know what happened. But when we look like he's fucked up, right?
Yeah, so I'm going to use the restroom.
You're absolutely right. Johnny 5. Yeah.
I'm going to use the restroom real quick. You guys hold it down for about like 2 minutes. About short circuit. You guys hold it down for about 2 to 3 minutes. I'm going to use the bathroom and refill my drink. I'll be right back.
Yeah, so I mean, it's the first time he's been injured. He's in severe critical injury, you know what I mean? He's like, and he had crypto fucking go there and ask for help and drag him there. He didn't think he thought he was about to die. And they pick up like, you're safe now. Cause he's like, thank you. He's just said it out of a natural human response. And then here comes the automated response again. No need to say it. Weird. He's just like, oh my God, I've heard.
I have no problem with that. It's the fact that right after you get a giggling robot, and I get why he's doing it.
It's an AI. It's a mimicking a human response. So that's why it's laughing. It's an AI mimicking human response to try to make him feel at home with other humans or Kryptonians, whatever.
Less than 0 chance that that's an AI response. That's going to be the robot that feels, so that when it gets injured, people feel bad, because that's one of James Gunn's most used tropes is the sympathy trope of, oh no, the cute thing, the endearing thing gets hurt. He did it in Guardians 3. It's just what he does, But I think how he bridges the gap of like one of the biggest myths is that James Gunn makes audiences care about unlikable characters. He's actually never done it. Name one character that he's elevated that is unlikable. All of them are likable. Peter Quill.
Yeah, I'm about to say Yondu is supposed to be unlikable, but I think he's cool.
Everybody likes him. Yeah,
I like him. Yeah.
So
he's supposed to be unlikable.
Creature Commandos, you go in, and what does he do? Every single one of them on the backstory, he makes them likable. He humanizes them. That's not the same as being such a storyteller that I can present you an unlikable. Walter White is an unlikable character, but because you're able to connect. And I like Brightburn. I like Brightburn. Most people the kid though do not like Brightburn.
I think he's presented as, like we were just saying, him and fucking Elizabeth Banks in that. They're not because redeemed and good.
Brightburn's just a piece of shit. He is. He's just awful. He's just a psychopath. Yeah. But yeah, that's
just like Super. That chick is weird as fuck. She's not a fucking hero. No redemption story in that. So I can see him writing.
Yeah,
somebody said Taserface. That's more of a comedic relief.
That's probably the part where I went from liking James Gunn stuff.
That's comedic relief.
Is just like Taika Waititi. He's just making jokes that are funny to him.
Yeah.
And the fact that they keep dropping Taserface like it means something.
Yeah.
So self-indulgent.
It lets you know that the joke sucks. They had no better jokes. Just lean into it more and more, and maybe it'll get funny as it goes along.
Yeah, it's like Family Guy. If I keep saying it long enough, it's funny because it's so not funny.
It'll catch on eventually. Somebody will be like, hey, that's stupid. What's funny about it? It's stupid. That's what's funny. It's not funny.
It's like, can you believe that they did it for 30 full seconds? Type
yeah. But so I can see a lot of criticism for that part with the robots. Everybody's like, I've heard it over and over, but put yourself in that state. If you're a boy from another planet and you came to this planet where they're humans, they look similar, but they're not. And they don't know if they express human Kryptonian emotion, these humans, and they program these robots to act Kryptonian, which really is human. And they're your fucking your dogs, your brothers, your caretakers, your parents for all your life. And you always say thank you. And every time you say thank you to program automated responses, he's seen it before, but he's never been injured. He's never, when they carry him, it does. It will in the moment when it happens.
This Lamek says that robot will end up being Brainiac. Dude, if they make that Brainiac,
bullshit.
Wait, because I want to see all the people that say James Gunn.
That would be so fucking stupid.
How can you defend that? Please, I want to hear somebody defend that to me. How you can?
Dude, hold on.
I can see Ultraman being fucking Bizarro, because they've been doing that to the CW, like starting off as a clone.
I'd have less problem
Superman.
with that than them trying to be
Being a bag.
Brainiac is one of the Kryptonian.
Look,
Yeah, Brainiac needs to no. James Gunn will
I
not
heard
fuck
Andy say that like Andy was saying that James Gunn takes like unlikable characters and makes them likable. It's like, look, they were they're unlikable, or like not unlikable, but they're not known characters from the comic books. And I think that's what they meant. When you see them on screen, when you see them on screen for the first time, then yes, like, because the first time I've seen some of these characters, like even the Guardians of the Galaxy, there was like a game that it wasn't Marvel Rivals, but it was almost an RPG style thing. It was like Marvel Ultimate Alliance or some shit, and it was a very like Diablo style thing. Like it was like you ran around with your character and like you ran around maps and I don't know, blew shit up or whatever. And like, so I learned about a lot of these characters through shit like that, and that was cool to see them there. But a lot of these people don't know those characters. So yes, when you see them on the screen for the first time, like
That's an interesting point
they're
I want to dissect.
they're gonna be interesting and new to probably like 99% of people.
Would you say so? I'm not saying you say this, but I've heard people say, okay, let me shift the debate from he's good at making unlikable characters likable to he's good at making unlikable characters like important.
I think what I would say he's good at is making unknown characters known.
Now, so if I take all the arguments that people have expressed that he's the best at that, because people say he's the best.
I want to say that.
No. I know you wouldn't say that, but I wanted to explore that mindset because we hear with James Gunn a lot of ultimatums, a lot of he's the best at. And I don't think that's even true for the MCU.
I don't know what I would say like he's the best at. I would say that
he's good at adapting films with
I would
unknown
say
properties.
I would say what I would say that he's the best at from what I've seen, like based on what we've seen that he's given us, like he's great at doing like big kind of ensemble style things, which is why I was actually kind of very hesitant to even like almost say that I want him to do Superman. Like I actually don't want him to do Superman. I didn't want him to do Superman because he does ensemble things. He does things with a big cast, and like he's good at stuff like that. He's good at making people like a lot of different characters at once. Like he's good at stuff like that. I would say that most people could probably relatively agree with that. That's why when he's doing something like Superman, where it's like Superman needs to be the main focus of a Superman movie, you know?
You know what I think you could reframe that to? He's good at making inconsequential stuff.
Well, I mean,
don't you see? You're hearing that you're taking as a negative, like
no,
often inconsequential, but the Guardians films and the overall scope of the MCU are
Guardians was like they're consequential because they had to like find the Power Stone and stuff.
Only because they forced them into it, but like in their own stories.
Well,
like
they wanted to expand into like the galactic kind of like they wanted like space to be a part of everything.
But like they're not as consequential as Tony Stark or Captain
America.
I
mean, but to go along with like the Power Stone, like the Infinity Saga stuff, like you needed to expand. You needed to
from
what just from Loki. Like that's the only one.
Loki already had the Tesseract,
but that's not the Power Stone. That's a different thing.
No, the Tesseract.
The Tesseract is like the Mind Stone or whatever.
Power Stone is for power to fucking blow.
The Power Stone is the one like you can hit it with like it like destroys a whole planet if you do it right.
It does damage. Yeah, it's strong. It's powerful.
The first one with Tesseract Guardians is like in the same vein as like the Ant-Man trilogy. I think it's better done than the Ant-Man trilogy, but it's a story that if you take it out of the overall arc, it's not that hard to get to the same ending without them. Like, especially when you look at their contribution to the actual Endgame. Like, you could have easily written
at that point. I mean, like, are you just eliminating everything to do with space other than Loki? Because Loki was
Ragnarok. Ragnarok already introduced space.
but he doesn't really. He doesn't bring like an army there. He doesn't bring anything else other than Thor, and Thor is
Loki?
the weapon. Like Thor is a weapon on him, like compared to like everything else that's on Earth. Like like Thor is the freaking weapon. Like he doesn't bring a stone.
He brings
or anything.
Hulk.
I mean, he brings his hammer. Like he brings his no. Hulk is already there. Hulk's already on Earth.
Hulk was
But
already
he,
there.
like he brings
Oh, I thought
his
you meant
hammer.
in Ragnarok. I thought we were talking about Ragnarok.
No, it's like, well, I mean, like if like when you bring the Guardians in, now you bring in more of this. You bring in you bring in the Kree, you bring in the other stuff like that. You bring in like bigger elements to
Kree
I
were
don't know,
brought
stuff.
in with
with Loki. Like it was they were brought
Josh
in with
Whedon. Kree were brought in
well
with
they were brought
Avengers.
in they were brought in with like Thor and Loki and Avengers. Like the Kree were brought in then with Avengers 1.
Yeah, I think that was more Josh Whedon though, right? Or they're
So,
playing
like,
the
already
entire
there,
time.
Well,
to
no,
have some kind of
the
like
story was written
cannon
out by
fodder.
actually freaking James Gunn of all people. Like he actually wrote out the whole well, I mean, he gave like a basic outline of at least the storyline or like the story that's out there is like he wrote out like basically the Infinity Saga in the way that it plays out. He did it in like 2 hours or some shit, and it was probably like a basic outline or some shit. Who knows what it really comes down to, because each different director has their own thing, and then like
I got a question for both
when they
y'all
did
that-
Infinity War and they did Endgame, they all combined them together.
Here's a big question.
I thought they
Right?
did it pretty well though.
With Avengers Doomsday upcoming, and they got all this fucking money Disney's throwing around. Is James Gunn allowed to input on it, even though he's the head of DC? Could they fucking hire him to fucking just to be a side writer on Avengers? Is that allowed? It's union,
No,
right?
absolutely.
Oh no! Like they're not bringing
No.
that. Like at that point, you're bringing on the enemy. You're not doing that.
They brought him back for Guardians of the Galaxy 3. He's already been brought back, so the relationship's fine.
But he wasn't the head of the studio. He was
If he wasn't
hired
head
to
of the
do one
studio,
film.
you know
I
what
think
I mean?
what'll happen with that,
to
or like, I mean, if
keep
there's
the
a
relationship.
chance, if there's a chance at all that ever like for some reason they would ever bring James Gunn back, like I think what he's doing right now is pretty stupid. Like just
he's taking a chance on his
he's
career. I think it's
boosting
pretty-
himself. Like he's throwing himself out there so much, like into the spotlight. Like everything is just like it's like it's like
unnecessarily.
it's like I'm James Gunn presenting Superman instead of being like Superman, and then at the end brought to you by James Gunn or something. Like put your name at the end of shit. Like he's
Islamic said it
putting
right away.
himself so hard to the point where like if this fails, like I don't want to say his career's over, but like he's gonna have a fucking rough time. Like if Superman,
he's going to do this, he needs to be
absolutely-
Kevin
if
Feige.
Superman fucking bites the dust in the theaters, like he's gonna have a
Well, then look at
bad
what we've
fucking
learned
time.
about Kevin Feige, how overrated he was. Like,
Well, no, what
how many
Islam is
more
saying,
misses he's had than hits. And like, you look at the initial success of the MCU. One, it was under Paramount, so things changed as soon as it goes to Disney.
True.
Two, how much of that initial charm was Jon Favreau and Robert Downey Jr. just being incredibly
True.
creative, charismatic individuals? Like,
I mean, you've heard the
Islam is-
behind the
hold on.
scenes stories, right? When like Iron Man came out, it was like they literally were sitting around talking about how they didn't even have a script.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
they
what
were
I'm saying.
just
They were
they would
like-
just sit there and they would
like
just riff
improv
off
it
of
almost.
They
Yeah, it
just
was like an improv.
like improv almost the whole movie.
And yet
look-
people sit there and will say, oh, you know, Feige did this. He just let more creative people do their thing. And that's what I'm saying. You look at all the way up to Paramount, like till Disney bought it. Those films, I think, were incredibly strong for what they were.
Yes.
You end up with the Avengers film. Like the next run, I think, is decidedly weaker. And
Yeah,
like you've
phase
always
two.
had, phase
Mhm.
2 is got some misses in it, you know.
It's basically Ant-Man is a decent fucking family show.
Look,
but it's not
I
the
also
same.
just want to throw this out there. I'm actually not even defending Gunn. I've actually become more and more of a detractor towards Gunn over the last like months.
And I
Like
want to
if you talk to
crucifying
if you
Gunn,
talk to
I
me
just,
if you talk to me in December or whatever, I would probably around roughly around the time when I met like Andy here from Hold My Dual Shock and stuff. Like I was probably more of a James Gunn advocate then, but it's like over the last like 4 to 5 months or whatever, like he is like I'm not saying I'm for him, but I'm like, look, I'm still gonna give you a shot because I've liked most of the stuff that you've done. But even what I've even said on their channel, I was like, most of your movies are still like a 7 or 8. You know, they're like a 7 or 8 at best. Now, I don't think I've seen a 9 or 10 of a movie out of you.
Yeah.
But so I like most of your stuff overall.
I think that's an important.
But your Superman fucking movie needs to be a freaking 9, and then it also needs to fucking knock it out. It needs to make $1 billion to freaking have your studio continue on. Like it literally needs to do that. That's not me being like ridiculous with it. I think that's just fucking straight facts. Like it just needs to be that, or else it's gonna fucking flounder, and like there's nothing to do about it, you know. Like the WB is gonna have another new flop, like this fuck, the Snyderverse kind of withered out, and now all of a sudden James Gunn is barely gonna have a movie if it doesn't do well. If it does well, then you know what, okay, we'll see what happens. But until then, shit, man, like they're I mean, you're basically throwing all your eggs into one basket type of deal.
Fizlamic came up with a great point. His comment says, I hope Gunn brings in other directors for some of these movies. Like I was mentioning Kevin Feige, you can't build a universe and think you're going to make every single movie 2 movies a year, write them. You need to be a manager and manage. You need to find that top talent, them top writers, bring them in, start creating an apprenticeship for the WB comic book industry. If we're going to have a 20-year plan, James Gunn, you might die in 20 years, player. You need a successor. You need people learning the fucking way what you want. You know what I mean? It's time to bring in others.
And that's my theory for why he was brought in. I don't think any of that's ever going to happen.
I don't think any of that's going to happen the way it's looking. It sounds great, but
no, it doesn't sound great. It sounds like they're slowballing us. And so my theory is Warner Brothers, and if you care about DC, you cannot respect Warner Brothers as a company. They have hurt DC so hard. They've had the boot on the neck, and people want to go back and they'll say, if you don't like the Snyderverse, you'll say, I don't care about the Snyderverse. But what about what they did to Donner? What about what they did to Tim Burton? It's every single person who's ever worked with them. Look what they did with the director from Aquaman. Look what they did with there's not a director who's talented enough that Warner Brothers hasn't undercut their creativity.
You're right.
And every couple of years they want to reboot. It is the worst run studio in Hollywood. They luck into absolute phenomenal, just absolutely lucky success. And people forget how many misses, how many franchises they have killed. And so I think that they brought Zaslav in. They want to sell again. You look at how much debt they've taken on. And so what they did is, if you honestly wanted to say, hey, we at DC are going to get our shit straight and we're going to make the best possible universe, you would have brought Christopher Nolan back. The undisputed, if you bring back Christopher Nolan, your stock shoots through the fucking roof.
He went on track to being a studio regular at Warner Brothers, and they fucked that up. To have him, to have Zack Snyder, when he was at the top of his game, everybody wanted him. To have Christopher Nolan, you guys really fucked up. And you bring in James Gunn. I mean, you just said there's got to be something bad. With those 3 producers right there, and the people that want to work with them.
When Nolan says, I won't work with the studio anymore, there's something very, very bad about the studio. When Denis Villeneuve, who's trying to bring Dune to be the next cinematic universe, is having to fight them not to put his movie, which is still making millions and millions of dollars at the box office, on streaming, something's very, very wrong. And so I think what they're doing is they want to sell, but they want to boost the share price. So they want one big look at us moment. That's what Superman is. And they're going to slow roll everything else out. It'll be, how many little films can we get away with until someone tries to buy us? Because people forget they're losing the rights to Superman. He goes into the public domain a lot sooner than people think.
Pretty soon, right? Within the next
within the decade, within 5 or 6 years.
Within the last 5 to 10 years, right?
So there's one more shot at, and everybody says, oh, but that's the Superman from the 30s or whatever, the one that doesn't fly. It doesn't matter. There will be a competing
Superman.
I mean,
You won't own the exclusive.
You're seeing a bunch of like terrible freaking horror
Winnie
movies.
the Pooh
with,
films. You're seeing
Winnie the Pooh,
Mickey
you're
Mouse.
seeing Mickey Mouse movies. You're seeing and like, don't get me wrong, those probably aren't really exactly hurting the brand, but
it doesn't help it
because it's
and
out
I
there.
bet you Disney wishes it wasn't there. Like, do you think Disney wishes that they're
100%.
making Winnie the Pooh
100%,
Blood and
yeah.
Honey? Yeah. So what happens when you can make a zombie Superman film where he's the back? Like, it just, when you can't do anything, when they say, hey, we're also releasing a Superman film this year, just the confusion alone, you know that it just makes things less valuable.
Well, I mean, the confusion alone idea is already like a big thing going on with the WB in general, because they've had, you know, all the WB products going out there. Like, you know, they have, you know, say you have the Flash, you have Arrow, you have the Arrowverse, whatever they want to call it, or the Flashverse. Well, they're all kind of connected. And then you have stuff like Superman and Lois that's out there. And so it's like, okay, who is even Superman anymore? There's a lot of people who probably are like, who the fuck is this new guy? Like, no one knows who Corn Sweat is, whatever. And it's like, okay, is this a new thing? Is this a movie? Is this a follow-up? What is going on? So like that already is throwing out there. That's already throwing out confusion. Then you do stupid shit like Joker 2. And when you have Joker 2 out there, like people assume Joker 2 is actually Joker from like, you know, some of the Batman stuff, which he's actually fucking not.
Yep.
And then, so it's like their whole brand is like almost confusion at this point, which
You know what it
is
looks
so
like?
stupid.
It looks like consolidation. If you were to, like, because they're so indecisive, let's say best case scenario, you're Warner Brothers and you think Matt Reeves' Batman's viable, you think Todd Phillips' Joker films, his Dark Universe are viable, you think James Gunn stuff's viable, you think a continuation of the DCEU is viable, you think the CW shows are viable, and you think like Superman and Lois on HBO are viable. How many billions of dollars collectively does it take to keep those afloat when every single one of those costs like $200 million a film or $200 million a season? Everything's so expensive. And you're a company that we know is so fiscally irresponsible that they accidentally overestimated their value by $10 billion because they couldn't work out what their cable like was worth.
Yeah, it's a fucking losing plant. Like everything about it
they're
is retarded.
hemorrhaging. And so what do? They put out a Joker film that ensures nobody will ever want to see another Joker film. So you don't have to front the cash for that. They cancel the CW shows.
That's how I felt watching that. I know you guys kind of did too. And I think there was a couple of people that we were talking to at the time that had differing opinions, but it's like, and they were like, "Oh, my theater all liked it," and I'm like, "Dude, well, why does everybody else we talk to not?"
One of the biggest failures of all time. They, with Black Adam, whether you like Black Adam or not, they did not do everything they could to make the most money with Black Adam. The stuff that they allowed to go on with the Flash was absurd. Like, if you're trying to make the most money with the Flash, like, why did you continue to put money into it after you had like made it very obvious that like the stuff with Ezra is going to be a problem? The Blue Beetle being put into theaters when it was an HBO show, the having James Wan undo all the stuff he did in the original Aquaman for whatever that second Aquaman was.
I never even watched the second Aquaman. Bro, like I didn't even want to watch. Is it that bad? Like I've seen clips, but
it's just it becomes a buddy.
I mean, the first one wasn't all that great, but it was like I understood why people went to watch it, which was obviously it's like Jason Momoa with his shirt off, and so it's like, okay, yeah, a lot of women want to see it, and then also like, hey, like, so it's like, or men, maybe men want to see that too, because it's like, well, you know what, actually, you know what, let's actually be fair. Let's go ahead and say, like, dude, sometimes even other dudes want to see dudes that are that buff because it inspires you to get that buff. You know what I mean? Like, you're just like, you see that.
He's awesome.
You see Arnold Schwarzenegger out there. You're like, dude,
like
how do I get like that? Maybe you don't want to get that fucking big, but it's
You
like,
see him in Game of
okay,
Thrones.
look, that
Every
guy
man
can
wants to
fucking
be
do
that.
it. This guy can barely
Yeah.
speak English, and he's fucking making a ton of money out here and like doing some crazy shit, and he's whatever. It's like it inspires you. It's like it's a weird way to inspire you.
And then
But
look at-
I had a question for you guys, which is like, okay, so if James Gunn, let's say he's still just the head of the new WB stuff, whatever. Because I was thinking this in general. So like I have a feeling like he probably has a decent and or good vision. I don't think he should have been the one to do the Superman movie. Who would you have wanted to see do the Superman movie? I think he could have done a good Clayface movie because of his background. Like his background with like trauma and like the Slither and stuff like that. Like what director would you have liked to see if all of a sudden you heard this director was doing Superman, would have made you like more excited to see? Because I don't think James Gunn is really doing it. You know what I mean?
Well, let's be honest.
I'm
Zack
still
Snyder
hoping
made a
for
man.
it to be
Zack Snyder made a Superman film, and probably the greatest Superman film ever. So I can't. We got to take him out of the run, obviously.
Rockefeller with the jokes. Rockefeller just throwing fucking straight bullshit out there right now. But Andy, like, what director right now do you say that you'd think that would be able to do like a Superman movie that you, like if you saw their name on the docket, you know, it's like bam,
like
so and so's.
I'd say Nolan, but he already did.
I
That was
like,
Man of Steel. Like he wrote Man of Steel.
Don't you lie.
He wrote, but he didn't direct it.
everything.
Like
Who
a
cares?
director, like who directed?
But probably Denis Villeneuve. Like
That's a good one.
Oh, like
That's
you
a
wanna
good
see
one.
something that
he's-
feels
well, he
otherworldly
knows
and-
how to do shit that's pretty epic. You know,
He
I'd
actually
like to see
knows how to
who-
do. Yeah, the Dune director Denis Villeneuve, this Islamic.
Like,
if you look
I
at
don't- I
his
don't know.
range,
Ryan Coogler with Michael B. Jordan.
Jesus Christ.
Mel Gibson, yeah.
All right, hey, Rockefeller, look, man, are you looking to get kicked right now? Like, what's going on, dude? Like, Jesus Christ.
Tyler Perry, Draconis. There you go.
Yeah. No,
Draconis said
Denis,
Tarantino.
Tyler Perry.
by the way,
No, dude, Mel Gibson, that shit would be based as fuck. And that would be the
Wrecked
most
like
based
shit.
Superman you'd ever see in your life.
Denis might be the only director who could actually do every single character, like every of the mainstay characters of the Justice League in a
What about the
distinct
dude?
style.
What about the Japanese dude who did Godzilla -1? Like
That was a-
the only thing I don't know, like he would be able to understand is like how like the American values. Like I don't know if he'd be able to get
Who
that.
cares?
But
I
he
don't
understood
think
how.
James Gunn understands the American values.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't
he's
think so.
Hollywood
No,
through and through.
I don't think so either. Like, yeah, no,
Yeah.
he's like based on, like I said, in the last few months, I've come more towards your guys' side on this shit because it's like I really liked his stuff to begin with, and even I said even what maybe whatever one of my more favorite movies would be an 8 at best, which is still that's good, but it's not what fucking Superman needs to be. And like I can admit that. I have no problem saying that. That's fine. But it's like dude, what's going on now and everything and these trailers and the fucking promotions and all the stuff that they're doing is so goddamn awful, man. Oh my god.
So who
It's
would you guys
kinda
say
blowing
though?
my
Would,
mind.
would it be like Nolan would be y'all's
Tim Burton.
like
I think Nolan
Burton.
is like the easy pick. Nolan is like the easy pick.
so
just 'cause, like,
hypothetically, you are Warner Brothers, you hire Christopher Nolan to come back and he starts a DCU. What are the first 3 films you demand?
No.
What are the first?
I don't want him to start the DCU.
No.
I want
I'm
him
just
to make
saying.
a movie
I'm saying
through the DCU. Like
I think
I
we
don't
can-
mind. I don't mind. Like James Gunn overseeing it, like how he did, kind of like with the idea of the Infinity Gauntlet series. Like because
He didn't oversee it. He had an idea. He contributed.
he threw it out there. But if he threw out the idea with what DC is going on, like, and then you had someone like Nolan come in for the first movie, I think that would be a banger.
But just
like
go through
that,
this
James
hypothetical.
Cameron make a good fucking Superman?
I don't think so.
That'd be all in the water, right? It wouldn't
James
be in
Cameron could like
water.
make a stupid like I could see him doing like a Suicide Squad style movie.
Some
You know,
or Green
just, like
Lantern-
explosions
Lantern
and shit's just fucking exploding everywhere. Let's go. Like
James
But no,
Cameron
no.
making fucking the Green Lantern?
Maybe that would probably be closer. I think James Gunn would be better at Green Lantern than Superman. But no, like let's say you have Christopher Nolan. I think you can all agree that if you would hire Christopher Nolan, that's the thing that puts Warner Brothers stock in the best position.
Yes.
What are the first 3 films you would expect as a fan?
You
or
know
the
it
first
because you
3
said
projects?
trilogy. You want you to
No,
you want the
like,
holy
or like,
Trinity.
Tell me the first 5 projects you would expect
it-
from Christopher Nolan running DC. Like, what would you expect from him?
dude,
Superman,
it's super
Wonder Woman, Batman. Those
exactly.
3.
There you go. Those 3. Literally, just
lanterns.
dude, just take the Justice League, which is like 7 characters. You can spin the fucking wheel on that, and then pick whatever the first
And
3
you'd
that they
expect those
land on.
as movies
Those
or
are-
shows or what?
I expect those
I would
characters to
expect
be
them as a movie, like
implemented
standalone
somehow.
movies, and then each one of those characters who have like runoff type of stuff,
Yeah.
or let's say how they have like Robin and stuff like that. Say if you would land on Batman, whatever, like if you spun the wheel, whatever, and it was like, bam, here we got Batman. So all the Teen Titans basically. So you'd have that, and your Teen Titans would be like your TV show going on while that's going on, and then you can actually put them into the TV shows as long as the TV shows are up to par as well. And then you can kind of run them as behind the scenes type of stuff, but make sure that they don't you don't need to watch those to understand what the fuck the movies are about. Like what Marvel's been doing, because I think that is stupid, and that's what kind of DC's trying to start to do, and I think it's a terrible idea.
What would you do if Christopher Nolan came to you and said, I want to make a TV show, I want to make Peacemaker season 2?
I say no, make Teen Titans. We already got a fucking
what would you say if he was like, I'm going to make an animated series of Creature Commandos?
I say no, we got Teen Titans. It's already got a fucking fan base, and at least more into it. There's standard
and therein
characters.
lies the theory that I have of why they hired James Gunn. Because if you hire someone like, you can get away with making things that people are like, who the fuck is this for? Because there's this myth.
I think doing the Creature Commando thing at the beginning was super stupid. Other than it's a dumb.
By the way, he wanted to do the dinosaur one
Creature
too.
Commando is dumb. Yeah,
I think it should have been.
That is dumb. Combining the idea of doing live action TV shows and then also movies and having them be all in the same world is relatively stupid. I mean, they kind of tried that with a Shield and stuff like that. Like they tried that. Like if you guys remember when they did that with Shield,
Agents of Shield and stuff,
they kind of Agents of Shield. They kind of tried to do the same thing, and it would semi work. But then there's the problem with that is once you have characters that are in there that aren't in the movies and or vice versa, you're like, where the fuck are these people?
And it creates a
this shit's
shit's
getting crazy. This shit's getting crazy. Why is Ghost Rider not finding it? Dude, there's literally a freaking there's that comic TV show, or there's an animation TV show where Ghost Rider pulls up on a bike and he gives freaking Galactus the penance stare, and Galactus freaks the fuck out because killed. Because Galactus killed so many planets that he just gets overwhelmed with the overall pain of billions of goddamn people. And it's how are you going to do that? Or how are you going to have a character like that on your TV show, but not put him into your movie? Because that character is clearly going to just destroy the shit out of this guy.
So,
what are you doing?
So this is my point.
It makes no sense.
By hiring James Gunn, you've hired the only director who can say, I'm taking over DC and I'm putting focus into things like Creature Commandos and Peacemaker, and people don't assume that the studio is stalling until they sell to a bigger studio. And if you had anybody else, you'd be like, bro, what are y'all doing? Like, bear in mind, they had the people that made Across the Spider-Verse pitch that they wanted to do a Batman Beyond series, and James Gunn said it's just not really in the cards. We could have a Batman Beyond. I think the studio hired
Batman
him.
Beyond would be
Stock
fucking so dope. But
You're saying it now, Andy. You're laying it out.
I don't think they have. I don't think they have the money for it. They just don't. Like,
there you go. They don't have the money.
They're like 40 billion in debt. Like
exactly.
I think they
so who do you hire to make it? Because
So
people see him do cute little quirky stuff and they say, oh, James Gunn likes quirky shit. They don't think, hey, the studio hired a guy who makes niche stuff. And so they get away with being 40 billion in debt and still trying to sell without
it's
anybody
like
losing their
even
mind.
if like Superman like is successful, like for Superman to be successful, I'm guessing this thing probably costs 300 to 350 easy plus marketing and all that shit.
Yeah.
Like, and the marketing's terrible. Like you're looking at like 900 just to make $1, just to make a single fucking dollar on your return. And like I try and tell people that all the time when I'm on other people's streams and everything. It's like, dude, like just because a thing seems like it's doing good, like even Sinners right now, Sinners seems like it's doing good, but Sinners to make $1 needs to make 225 million for $1. Like that's when it'll be profitable. Is at like 60-70 million dollars, and it's doing good. I mean, I hope it makes some money. I think it's a good movie and everything, and like overall in general, but it's like it still needs to do more than that. That's why like really low budget horror movies tend to do good, like stuff like Terrifier, you know, that they'll make a movie for like, you know, $2 to $3 million and it'll make 27 million or like 30 million, and like that is that's a huge profit for a movie that is that small, you know. Like that is great. Or like Godzilla -1, like, you know, the movie costs like $13 million and all of a sudden it makes 120 or some shit. It's like, well, 120 doesn't sound like much. There's plenty of movies we see that make that in a weekend. But when the movie costs freaking 280, like all of a sudden that movie's so far in the black, like they're never going to even see the red, you know, or like they're so far in the red they're never going to see the black, you know what I mean? Like it doesn't work like that. And the people don't understand, like people do not understand like the how the numbers work and stuff like that at all, which is crazy because then people will sit there and say in the comments or whatever about it, like like explaining it to people, and then they still don't get it. I just find it, I like it kind of blows it blows my mind. Like it blows my mind how stupid people are in general, and then they just don't understand numbers. But then again, I have gone to like random fast food places and they don't know how to give me change, so it kind of makes sense.
So here's my question for both of y'all. Are y'all more excited to see Superman, Fantastic Four, or are you just equally excited to see both of them? Or you just want to see a good movie? I mean, which one are you preferring to see this summer? Sci-Fax.
So as far as the like the June movies, I believe no, it's July movies. So as far as the July movies go, Superman is the one that I'm kind of like, I'm hoping that one is good. I still am hoping for it, even though I know we were just kind of like trashing on James Gunn stuff, whatever. I'm hoping for that one to be good, but because like I've been, I don't know, following along with the YouTube stuff and starting to become more a part of like a lot of this this culture stuff and everything. More than likely Jurassic Park will be the winner. Like Jurassic Park will beat those ones out. I actually think freaking Lilo and Stitch will beat those ones out on top of that.
I agree. I think Lilo and Stitch is going to be the biggest film of the year. I think it's going to be
Lilo and Stitch will be massive. The only other one that I could see that it'll even come close is going to be Avatar, just because Avatar for some reason pulls stupid numbers. Avatar comes out in like December, if I remember right. Like,
oh man.
So yeah, Avatar always pulls massive fucking numbers. So it's like I can't rule that one out. But other than that, I would say like Lilo and Stitch, I think is gonna just fucking shred most of these things. Like I would say my guess with Superman is gonna be somewhere around 650 to maybe 800 if it's lucky.
That's nice.
Jurassic Park will probably be around a billion, just because Jurassic Park always pulls stupid numbers. It doesn't matter what the fuck. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Jurassic Park always does good numbers. Fantastic Four will be like 400 to 500. Like that's my overall guess. But at the same time, that's just based off of like I don't know, looking back at every other thing that these franchises have done in general. But the problem with that is stuff like Superman, which is what we're talking about. Superman almost kind of needs to be doing maybe 900 to a billion to justify continuing.
Yeah,
well,
and
they've lied about the budget. They've tried to make it sound like it's less than. It's easily over 300. And that's not not me criticizing Superman.
I 100% believe that. Yeah,
with inflation, I don't think you can make a heavily CGI major motion picture for less than 300. I think that's why they were lying about.
Dude, you've been talking about that for like the last couple months, where it's like I'm the same way. Like when she's kind of started mentioning it, and I really thought about it. I'm like, I totally believe it. I don't see how you can make some of these big budget fucking things like these basically blockbuster style movies for anything under 200 to maybe even 250 now.
Yeah, it's just everything's so expensive.
It like that doesn't make sense. And then to make money off of that, even if all you did was to like you made a movie and you did zero freaking marketing, you would need to make over 500 fucking million because freaking theaters take 50%. Right. And then now you throw about you do about usually the general consensus is about 50% of whatever your budget is how much you put towards the marketing. So now you got 125 on top of that. So now you're looking at 375 times 2. All of a sudden you're somewhere around like 650 just to make $1. These things don't make sense anymore. They just don't make sense to be doing these movies. It doesn't make sense.
All year I've said,
and that's being nice with it. That's being
generous. Yeah,
nice. Yeah.
That's what I've said all year. Like people think I'm being pessimistic. Look at the actual box office trend. It's horrendous. It has been for years. We've never rebounded since COVID. I think
$100 million when he said like when you said $120 million for weekends good, I was like 100 million is like the average.
Think about the fact that like I know it was like
that should sound like a good thing, but it's for a lot of these things it's not like that ain't shit. And then look at the trend in the movies right now. They're only in there for like 2 to 3 weekends. Maybe they're barely even there for a month before they're on to digital. So they're not even in the theaters long enough to possibly make their money back, even if they were doing good. Unless like you have things like obviously you have like Deadpool and Wolverine. You had like a I don't want to say Dead Inside. What was it called? Inside Out 2. Like stuff like that. Yeah, that's the name of one of my songs. Some reason I was thinking about that. But it's like. You have stuff like that where they're making 1.3 billion, 1.6 billion, stuff like that. Sure, they're making money, but even so, it's like okay, 400 like 300 to 500 billion, or not 300 to 500 million. Like that sounds good. You'd think that sounds good as a giant corporation. But when you think about the amount of movies and everything that they're doing, like some of that is barely covering some of their catering costs. You know what I mean? For their other movies that have all failed.
And that's the problem with Hollywood.
That's only one or two Hollywood movies that did that well, but then they have 6 or 7 other that failed. You know what I mean?
They've made it so that a $1 billion film doesn't even cover the 4 films before it, you know, because they're so used to losing money. Like back in the early 2000s, like we were just looking at those numbers. When you made 300 million at the box office, it was a slam dunk. Now, if you make 300 million at the box office, your investors are worried because you didn't break even. Like that's on the industry.
Yeah, I mean, I've told people like this is the most simple way I could put it to people. Like even if I'm talking to my chat here or whatever, it's like, hey guys, give me $200, and in 3 years, I might give you $203 back. Because like like a movie will take 2 to 3 years to write, complete, and film and do all that stuff, and then hopefully it makes that enough money back. It's like, are you doing that for $3? But like you realize like these companies are like multi-million-dollar companies, they're billion-dollar companies, they're $100 million, like making $2 to $3 million for some of these things is not. That's not worth a 2-year investment. Oh, we made 2 million. That ain't shit. That's nothing for that. That's nothing for them. That's not even covering the cost of their companies.
To the investors, it's not, but for the industry, it is because they get paid up front. That's why.
Well, like the fucking movie theaters and stuff like that. They're like, hey, we're still in business. Let's keep going. That sounds great. But when like when your main investors are billion-dollar companies, multi-million-dollar companies, whatever, like $100 million company, like these things, when those things come into play, and like the investors and stuff, when they start actually questioning where the hell their money's going, that shit goes out the window because they're like, this doesn't make any sense. We haven't got shit back, like we've been investing for the last 10 freaking years, and I have basically $10 in my account, like on top of what I invested, or whatever, like, well, whatever it is like that, and that's per person, and it's like, sure, like, oh, cool. It's been 5 years. You each got $10. Aren't you happy? No.
Oh,
no,
thank God.
Not happy. Jesus Christ. Like
to answer the original question, I mean, I'm looking forward to both. Like that's the thing. The misnomer or like the misconception with me is like people hear me just thinking through stuff and like, oh, I want it to fail. It's just I'm gonna say what I see. I mean, I hope both of them are good. I like both of them. I think I like Fantastic Four more than Sci-Fax. I think you're like kind of ambivalent on it.
I think you like it more than I do too.
Yeah.
But I'll say I think
I still like Superman more than I like Fantastic Four.
You do? Because I was gonna say I like Superman. That I thought you like Superman. Like,
no, I love Superman. Like that's what I say. I even enjoy like Smallville. I mean, I just love the character of Superman. So like
no. Well, I meant like the trailer in general. Like I like the Superman trailer more than I like Fantastic Four trailer.
Oh no, I like the.
But I'm hoping Superman outperforms Fantastic Four by like a country mile. Like no problem.
Here's the question. What do you think is the likelihood that Superman makes $1.4 billion?
No fucking chance in hell.
No
fucking chance. I would be surprised. Like I'm actually going to be surprised.
So what's the date for both of them? When are they coming out? Give me Jurassic Park. Give me
Park.
They're all 1 week after each other. So it's Jurassic Park. It's Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park comes out like July, Superman, like then 4th or something. Then it's
Jurassic Park's gonna have legs because it came out first. Then comes Superman, right?
Yeah. And then comes Fantastic Four right after. Like three, it's 1 week intervals.
Jurassic Park
so stupid.
Isn't a family film, so that's going to just take people.
No, Jurassic Park is it's oddly a family film. Jurassic Park oddly is a family film because kids love dinosaurs.
If that's what you're telling me, Jurassic Park is going to have legs for at least 2 weeks.
Superman, dude, Jurassic Park always does good.
We'll have a week on Fantastic Four.
If the Jurassic Park opens to lower than like what they have, if it's like a lackluster, like $100 million opening, bro, then the summer's fucked. Like
the summer's fucked.
Like theaters, because then it's not about the quality of Superman. It's about people aren't going to theaters anymore.
Going to theaters. If nobody gets their ass to go to Jurassic Park,
the other thing that Superman has going for it is because obviously Superman is like, it's the American hero, whatever, and it's coming out the week after July 4th.
No, it's out in June.
No, it's coming out in July.
It's July. Coming out in June.
No, this comes out in July. I'm pretty sure it's July. I'm pretty sure it's like July 12th or something. It's the week
So, yeah,
after
July
4th
11th.
of
So,
July.
yeah, it's July
I don't
Yeah,
11th.
it's
wanna
like
say
it's
this,
literally
but
a week after. So it comes after like basically after America Day, guys. Like, you know, like
What's the
if
week
you're
after?
out here, yeah. So it's like,
you
okay,
know what would
bam,
save
we
the
just
movie
went.
industry, and this is sad, is getting rid of movie theaters. How much money they got to pay to market out there, and it's not- nowadays, since COVID, everybody's got a fucking good enough studio quality that they just stream it and watch it. It's sad, but we might have to just get rid of the entire movie theater experience. People have
Holy
DA
crap.
said it. $50 to go to
No,
fucking movie the other day, get fucking food. Who has $50 for a single person to watch a film when it might be
No, see,
easier
I
to
mean,
get rid of the
like,
theater
look,
experience
if you're doing, I
to
mean,
save
like,
money, to save it.
like I know like Andy and you know Katie, like they go on like a single purchase
Yeah.
type of deal, like whatever they go to, they each
It's
buy
hard,
probably
but
tickets for their thing or whatever they're going to. But like I have like a pass for it's like AMC pass, and it's $25 a month, and I'm in California of all places, so my shit's already way more expensive than probably most other people's shit. But for $25 a month, I can see 3 movies a week,
But here's what I'm
not a
getting at.
month, so I can see up to 12. And like so I can see 12 movies, but a regular ticket out here is anywhere from $18 to $26. 18
I
to
got
26
3
for
big-ass
one
movie
fucking ticket.
theaters within 30 minutes of me. I can get rid of
Dude,
2 of those,
I
and if people really want to see the movies, which they're not
Dude.
even gonna be at 1/3 capacity, they drive to the one single one, and we'd have a full fucking theater. People would be like, "Oh, it's a great movie," and they give off this appearance. People aren't going to the movies anymore.
Dude,
Like, it's not.
I got like fucking
Except for
like
people that are like us.
just within about a 5-mile radius from where I'm at,
How
I have
many?
about 7 AMC movie theaters.
I think 4 of them bitches can shut down
7.
easily, and nobody would give a fuck. I'm pretty sure, and then they
No,
wouldn't have
there's
the
some
movie theaters out
there's some
there.
that are crap, but the ones that are crappy are smaller. Like they play some of the like kind of shittier movie, like not shittier movies. I want to say more like the indie movies, like the stuff that doesn't get promoted. So I still like having them around because then I go to those ones to see some of the movies that aren't played at the bigger theaters, because these bigger theaters are getting dominated by shit like Minecraft and the
Yeah.
blockbuster movies.
Yeah, I
You
got
know,
one in
so I
Chapel
get
Hill.
and like
They play,
if people watch my channel, it's like I actually prefer to talk about some of these kind of like more indie movies to promote them, so people will go and see them. Well, at least if they're good. But I mean,
Yeah.
I would say last year, I would say at least last year, I saw way better indie movies last year than I have seen this year. This year has been kind of shit.
Dude, so Jurassic World opens on the Wednesday, July 2nd, and they have the entire July.
Holy shit. That's gonna fucking rate. So that better rate. If that
Telling you
does,
that
Andy,
that movie's gonna fucking
If that
it's gonna
doesn't
just chomp through everything, guys, just like a
That
fucking
holy
dinosaur, right? Like
it doesn't make if that doesn't make like a $200 million opening, something is so wrong.
at
with our
least
theaters.
$200 million for that weekend. Fucking
Yeah.
July 4th.
things are gonna destroy. It's like the first
The industry
freaking
will be
part
dead.
of it's like the first part of the summer where everybody's off and everybody's doing stuff, or like you know, the kids are out of school and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like it's the most open it can be. It's a great time to be releasing a freaking new big blockbuster movie, which is the time when blockbuster movies should be releasing. And stuff like that is just gonna be dominating. It's just gonna destroy. So you're gonna have that, and then a week later you're gonna have Superman. Now that's the only thing that I'm worried about, is because you know, it's like maybe there'll be families out there. It's like, well, do you want to see Jurassic Park or do you want to wait a week and so we can all see Superman? Because who the hell is paying $100 a week to take their 4 family, like, you know, their it's like mom, dad, and 2 kids. Let's say a regular nuclear family, whatever. Like, who's paying $100 like to go see 2 movies back to back? That's $200. You know, like that's just for your tickets. I mean that's for me out here in California. Other places are a little bit cheaper, but still, you're looking at just on your tickets. You're not talking about popcorn. You're not talking about popcorn. You're not talking about sodas. You're not talking about candy. You're not talking about any of that stuff. So all that stuff is just, every single one of those things is like through the roof. Let's just go ahead and say it's a cool $80 even, right? So $80 for 2 weeks in a row, you're looking at $160. A lot of people don't have that on the side just to do for 2 movies back to back. Because you'd be like, okay, we're going to see Jurassic Park. Now we're going to go see Superman. And then a week later, we're going to go see Fantastic Four. Now you're looking at $240. And I'm like, that's going cheap. Like, that's going cheap. Like, it's going cheap in like different states that are not California or whatever. Like, that's going in places that are whatever. So you're looking, I don't know. Let's go cheap with all of it, and let's just say for 3 movies for that month, you're looking at like $400.
No.
$400 is just not that. I mean, you're looking at a new play. You're looking at a PlayStation. You're looking at a random game system. You're looking at a really dope graphics card. You're looking at some good stuff that you can upgrade for other things in your life to possibly help you get to make more money on other things. Are you going to do that on the fly like that? Like, I don't know if people are going to be doing that.
Yeah. So
I have no problem with it because I got my fucking dope fucking movie pass for all of $25 a month. So that's no problem for me. I'm gonna go fucking check it out.
So I'm equally excited for both of them. I'm definitely more excited Superman because it's for me, and I want to, it's like a solo movie that I'm going to see by myself. The next week, though, I'm going to go see Fantastic Four because I'm bringing my 2 little nephews. One's in 2nd grade, about to be in 3rd. One's in 8th, about to be in 9th. To introduce, if it's good, it'll introduce them into next year, Doomsday, and I want them to get them excited seeing it in the theaters. So I'm going to see both of them. Jurassic Park, I'm just going to skip. I don't got money to see 2 films back to 3, like you just said. So here's my plan. I'm skipping Jurassic Park.
It's like once I just throw out that number value out there, it's like all of a sudden, like, wait a minute, shit. Like, just to see these 3 movies in this month, like I got to save almost $300 to $400 maybe. And that's with a basic family of like 4 people, which is like, a mom and dad and 2 kids, right? Which is that's what's considered like the nuclear family. That's a nuclear family. Like, that's what they're relatively considered. Yeah. Like, I'm just on my own. Even when I did have my girlfriend, like right now I'm sadly single, guys. If there's any hot goth women out there that like metal music, go ahead and hit me up. Let's go. But it's like she had the past too, and so it was just like, it was easy. We just were like, dude. We like, you hit your tickets and you go. And it was fine. It wasn't a big deal. But so it's expensive. Like, I totally understand. Like, so I even understand a lot more now why people even watch like some of my videos where I'm talking about like whatever movies are out there, or like watching these live streams, watching Andy's stuff. Like, Rockefeller mainly covers like a lot of video game stuff, but like watching people on YouTube, it's like free. You can watch us for free, and then we can give you our.
If you watch for a year, you're like, I could contribute $1.
I try not to spoil stuff when I like, if I've watched or whatever, especially when I've just freshly watched it. Sometimes, like, if I'm going to do a stream, I will go ahead and I will throw out a banner out there that'll say like, hey, I'm about to just spoil the shit out of it because nobody cares. Because some people care, some people do not care, or whatever. But it's like, it's an easy way to just like, fuck it. I don't need to watch it when it comes out on whatever streaming service I have. I'll watch it then. There you go. And then there you go.
What do you think are what do you think is the likelihood that Superman makes more than 900 million?
I think it very little. So little.
I think it gets close to it, Andy. I think you nailed it, side fact. You said 800. 900 is generous. I don't think it's reaching.
I think I said 650 to 800. I think that, and I mean that's giving me a generous window, like based on my guess. But I don't know if that's enough to like continue on with what they want to do. But I think if they make over 700, I think it'll embolden them to go ahead and it'll embolden them to go ahead and continue on with what the hell like their idea is.
It needs
whether the movie is really good and or not or whatever. Like I think it'll embolden them to go ahead and continue with it. But if it doesn't cross 700, I think they're gonna we might see some struggle. Like all of a sudden it'll be like, oh, Supergirl might be canceled, Clayface might be canceled. Like you're gonna see some cancellations or whatever. But if it crosses 700, I think it'll embolden them to go ahead and just be like, let's go ahead and pull the trigger on this and let's see what happens.
Man of Steel made 900 million when adjusted for inflation.
And that I remember when that came out, the old heads. I mean, the hype around it. Everybody was like, "Oh, I can't wait to see it."
I'll say this right now. Like I have no problem saying this. I don't think it's going to cross 900. I don't think it's going to cross 900. I don't think it's going to cross $1 billion. I don't think it's going to cross 750.
I think it's a success.
Like I said, no, I think they'll see it as a success if it crosses 700, and then if it crosses 800, they'll green light some of the other stuff that they've been talking about with it, which is like stuff like Supergirl and Clayface. If it crosses 800, I think we'll hear about that getting greenlit way quicker. Like like it's already been thrown out there into the ether, whatever. But it's like, I don't think they'll really pull the trigger on it until that crosses those kind of numbers. If it does that, I mean, good for them. And like, look, in all honesty, I hope the movie's fucking great. I would like to be almost kind of proven wrong, because at this point, I'm kind of on the side of like, I think the movie is not going to be as good as I would like it to be. Like, I'm kind of on that side. I'm not gonna lie. But I want it to be fucking good. I fucking, who doesn't want a good Superman movie? Who doesn't want a good Batman movie? Who doesn't want, like, we all want these things to be good things. Like we all do overall. But when you show us these trailers and you show us these promotions, you basically throw it in our face of telling us like, hey, this is what we're doing, and we're like, this is nothing what I fucking want. Like, so I don't want any. Like, you know what I mean?
There's this crazy graph, and it shows since they did the first DCEU reboot, the numbers. So if you go down the line, Man of Steel, this is not adjusted for inflation, but like as you saw, Man of Steel went from like 660 to like 900, but Man of Steel was 660. BVS was 720. Sorry, 870. Like even the initial Suicide Squad was like 700.
Yeah, like see that's another good point. Like Superman actually kind of never really does. I mean, it does good numbers in comparison to like itself, but like when you think about it compared to like even Marvel stuff, or based on, especially if you're going to be basing it off of what the movie actually probably cost to make and everything, like.
Man of Steel was the second highest
grossing. Overall, this thing makes like $50 million, on top of its budget and on top of its whatever. Yeah. Like if it makes 50 million, like 50 million, that would sound great to all of us, right? Like if you just have a business and you're just like, dude, we made
Isn't
50
that crazy?
million. And that's for the one thing. That sounds fucking amazing. But if you have fucking 10 other freaking things that came out that year, and all those things lost $5 to $10 to $20 to $30 million, and they add up, and you're like, we're still in the whole $300 million. Like that doesn't fucking work. Like, and
That-
that's, I think like a lot of people don't understand that when they're looking at these numbers, and
Yeah.
that's
Well, and
that's
so-
what, that's what's happening like all the time, and that's why there's a lot of us that like, you know, talk shit about Disney and WB and everything. We're just like, you guys, you have like one or two good things, and even those one or two things that make like randomly $1 billion here, that are the only thing you're saving is actually the movie theaters. The movie theaters are actually the ones that are actually getting saved because of your one or two good movies. Your company is not getting saved though. And then when your companies start dying out and everything else, sadly, the movie theaters will also die out behind that. It's going to take a little bit longer, but yes, like that's what's happening, and that's why everything is getting raised in prices, because they're like, this is the only way we survive, guys. So I mean, it sucks, but it sucks, but it's the truth. And then when it's all about running the numbers, you know, fucking oddly enough, like I don't know, get your math skills down, even just for like a half a fucking second. Like, I'm not even that great at it. Like, I can read a tape measure like a motherfucker, and I can do some basic math.
Yep.
But at the same time, I can see, I can read the cards. You know what I mean? I can read the future based on your fucking reports, for the last like 2 to 3 years. It's not going in the right direction. It's not going.
How do you guys feel about James Gunn's Suicide Squad?
I actually really like it. I have a good time with it. I hate the Harley Quinn
the
stuff.
Suicide Squad, Andy. It's not James Gunn's. It's Suicide Squad. It's the Suicide Squad.
No, I don't like the
Anyway.
oddly enough, for how much I do not mind looking at someone like you know, Margot Robbie. She's the worst part of the whole movie.
So,
Like,
you know, whenever we talk about the failure of it at the box office, because it only made like $160 million. What did people always? Yeah, that's what everybody uses as an excuse. You know what else came out during COVID?
What?
Free Guy with Ryan Reynolds, which
Mortal
made
Kombat.
$320 million.
Mortal Kombat did too.
Black
And
Widow.
Dune.
Black Widow came out during COVID, made $379 million. Kong versus Godzilla versus Kong made 468 during COVID. So like
Yeah,
that number.
I'm not gonna sit there and defend that movie. Don't get me
Isn't
wrong.
that crazy,
Like,
though?
I enjoy the movie. Like I can watch it. Like I actually really overall enjoyed the movie overall. Like
I just think it's funny because everybody tries to defend the poor box.
I'm not
office
gonna
by
I'm not
saying
gonna defend its box office at all.
No, I think it's a good
Like,
movie.
I'm not even gonna attempt that.
To me, I think it's a good movie. And what we talked about like 2 weeks ago, Andy, it's watchability. It's rewatchable. You can watch it a second time, a third time, fourth time. You can watch it 5 times and be like, okay.
I probably watched it like 2 or 3 times, mainly because it was free on like HBO. So
You'll
I
probably
was
watch
just
it at
like,
least 3 times.
whatever. And I would just like, most of the time I would just have it on the background, or like when I was just like,
Cool
whatever.
action. Good suspense. Like you see, like
there's
fucking,
good
like,
action,
eye,
and
like-
there's funny moments overall.
Besides
And,
when
like,
Harley
I
Quinn's
enjoy
banging
it.
that dude.
Yeah,
which is
it
pointless.
literally just like, if you remove the Harley Quinn scenes from it, like I think I would have liked the movie a lot more.
Yes.
Well, look at Birds of Prey. Like they were sure Harley Quinn was going to be this new like face of the franchise. And
I don't know why.
Because it's Margot Robbie.
I mean, yeah, but like, but why? Like, why didn't they
What
like
happened to
Jared
Seth
Leto
Dude,
as the fucking
did people leave my channel? No.
Maybe it went up.
No. Wait, did it go up or go down? Oh my
Assuming
God.
I mean it went up, huh?
Now I
You
want
have
to check it out.
190 subs. You had 180 yesterday when I checked. Man, you rolling out. So
Dude,
that's awesome, bro. You got
when I came back from Vegas, I had 182, and I got up to 190. So even if I drop down to like one fucking
186.
Oh no.
You know what it was? It was you were arguing with me, and people said "fuck that shit" because they know.
Oh no.
They know.
Or maybe they did.
No, I lost people. No, this This is so
You know,
bad. What
this is
am I
you know what? No,
doing?
you know what
Oh my
happens? It's
God.
just YouTube because this is what I
Hold
tell
on,
people when they come in. Look, I'm gonna tell you what. So if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Then go to the channel, hit the bell, and turn notifications off. Because if you don't, we go live all the time. You're gonna get a ding, ding, ding in the middle of the night saying, "Oh, Sci-Fax is live again." And you'd be like, "Fuck, I'm sleeping. I'm gonna unsubscribe to this person." Whoa, whoa, whoa! Don't unsubscribe. Come on back. Hang out with us. Come on, we got this. All right. Just go to this channel, hit the bell, turn notifications off. I don't want to be waking y'all up in the middle of the night, but when you wake up, you can turn fucking YouTube on yourself and say, "Oh, Sci-Fax is live." I'll join because I want to. YouTube, stop telling me what to fucking do. I'm sleeping.
Look, guys, look, if whatever my channel is throwing out there for you and you are not a fan of it, you do not have to subscribe. I just all I ask for is a like, and if you do subscribe, look, you actually don't even have to watch the videos like that. I don't think I'm asking for much here, and I think that's a reasonable request.
You know what else?
But at the same time, like I'm also trying to promote people like Rockefeller Plaza here. Like, dude, everybody on my channel that comes on here actually has way more subscribers than I do. They have the kind of subscribers that I'm actually looking for. Like,
Don't be hyper aware because
which is way more than what I got.
this
But
is what
look,
Verizon does. If you have a mobile,
I get
that's
I
paid,
get decent amount of people that are watching me, and if the people that are watching me are subscribed, then that's all I want. Like the people, if you're watching me, please subscribe. Hit the like button and continue. And like if I go live and all I got is 200 subscribers on my freaking thing, but I get like 15 to 20 people watching me. I don't think like people realize like that's actually a lot better than having like maybe 3,000 to 5,000 freaking subscribers and only 2 people are watching you. Because I know a couple of people out there like that. And don't get me wrong, they're not on this channel, but I know other people like that. Like they'll have like 2 to 3 people that are watching them, and they'll have like 3,000 subscribers. And I'm like, dude, look, that's awesome.
So look, on
Good
my
for
channel,
you.
every month for clockwork, like the same day. I don't know who it is, but I'm pretty sure if you have an Android, because I'm an Android user, and you do like mobile, I do month to month on my phone. If like I don't have minutes on my phone, my Google account goes fucking sham. I won't be a subscriber anymore. You'd be like, what the fuck? I have it on my other one, but if you only have access to your YouTube account through your mobile and you lose your mobile data, you won't be a subscriber. So what day is it? The 24th. I guarantee May 24th, you'll lose 2 or 3 subscribers again. Somebody like when they lose their fucking minutes,
dude.
What's happening
I've
kicking off
been
their Google account, and then not even there. When you get a minute back, you're like, what the fuck? So don't be
I've been
hyper aware of the
jumping
numbers.
like one to 5 subscribers at a time. Like,
There you go.
somebody like they just said like,
Get 'em
oh, I'm
back.
down to 186. Like I was surprised. Like when I came back, like I think I was up to like 170 something, and then I did my couple streams, and all of a sudden I was in like I jumped up to like 182, 183, and then all of a sudden I jumped to 189, and I was like, oh, that's gonna drop. And so I just got the drop right now. All of a sudden it just dropped to 186. That's fine. Like you gain I feel like I gain 10, lose 3 at a certain time. I'm mainly aiming to get to 500 subscribers by the time I hit 3,000 watch hours.
Yeah,
So if you guys are watching and you want to continue watching or whatever, and you want to see more content, or if you enjoy what I actually talk about, whether it comes down to my my live streams like this, like what I'm doing, or like my videos, by all means, please hit the like and subscribe. Look, I will even say this: just hit the subscribe. You don't even have to watch the videos. You actually don't. Like, I just need the subscribers so I can actually qualify to become like monetized.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and also hopefully you stay a subscriber, and hopefully I entertain you enough to continue on with that. But as far as what I have going on, it's like so I lost subscribers, but I have like I still have the same amount of people that are watching me. Like, good, fine. I want the people that are watching me, that are rocking with me, and hopefully you are actually watching what's going on or whatever. And if I'm not entertaining you, by all means, go ahead and unsubscribe. That's fine. But I hope I'm entertaining you enough, or I bring people that will entertain you. Maybe I can show you to other people that will entertain you in other ways that you would like to be entertained. But yeah, don't.
Speaking of entertainment,
I
bro.
don't know. It's just like throwing it out there. It's like, oh, dude, you lost a bunch of subscribers. Like, don't get me wrong. Yes, that kind of sucks.
To the ones that are watching and subscribe now, have you seen
the
Andor
people
yet?
that are watching? The people that are watching are the people that I want to rock with. I want to fucking. I want to be talking to you. I want to be like having a conversation with you.
Did you watch Andor season 1 yet?
I have not, because I have not watched Andor season 1. I have heard the some of the backlash on it, but if you have watched it, go ahead and give your take.
I'm not going to spoil it. What I was going to say is yesterday, because
no, go ahead and spoil it.
They dropped 3 episodes, right?
I've heard enough about it to where
I'm doing a watch along, and I was going to say, if you want to watch the first episode, I did watch the first one yesterday, and then at 4 o'clock today, so in like 10 hours, I just set my camera up right here, and I was like, "What's up, everybody? We're going to start at 4:20." I went my stream live at like 4. Waited 20 minutes for people to come in. I think Quentin joined, and we just sat there fucking.
Did Andy leave? Did I miss him?
Yeah, Andy rolled out. Andy said he had to go. He had to.
I'm sorry, Andy. I'm sorry.
He said he had to run. He had to do some stuff. So good night to Andy DualShock.
Andy, you have a good night, brother. Thanks for sticking around even this long. I'm not sure how long I'm going to go on. Like I mean,
I gotta get off here because it's 6 o'clock on my side. And look, like clock. See how I run a tight shift. This is the second day in a row I said I got to get off here. And look what happened, huh? The fucking alarm shuts me up because that's how tight my hole is. I mean,
I mean, it's sad I lost some viewers or some subscribers, but at the same time, hey, if there's anybody here in the chat that have not been subscribed and they want to continue to watch, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and just fucking stream all week. Why not? Because there's some people that have not been around or they're out of town, and I'm gonna go ahead and take some of their spots and whatever while they're gone. So I don't know.
Join me tonight. Let's do it. Let's do a watch party.
Get in while you fit in, right?
Let's do a watch party later.
What time?
I was gonna do it at 4 o'clock, but look, and we can do it on your channel, and I'll just redirect it.
For what time?
4 o'clock my time. What time is it for you right now? 2 o'clock?
It's 3 a.m.
Okay, you're 3. I always think you're 4 hours behind me. Okay, so at 4 o'clock my time, 1 o'clock your time.
So 1 a.m. or 1 p.m. 1 p.m.
Yeah. And if you could watch episode 1 before then, or so we don't have to do a recap.
Episode 1 of season 2.
Yeah, season 2. And then we can catch up while watching it. What I did was we'll just tell everybody we'll start it at 4. And it would say, look, we're going to start in 20 minutes till showtime. We'll get your drinks, get your fucking your lavatory going. We're all going to sit down. We're going to turn the fucking microphone off so we don't get copyright strike. You know what I mean? You can keep turning it back on. I was just like, turning off like, I'm like, all right, energy to this,
I don't mind about the copyright strikes, but I mean, like if we're
everybody watching it and everybody, so we can get the if the audience has it, they'll want to watch. They'll watch with us, and it'll motivate them to sit down. We're all here together. It's like a modern day movie. You know what I mean?
Well, we'll go ahead and do that. So at 1 p.m. tomorrow, we'll go ahead and do a live stream talking about Andor season 2, episode 1 over on Rockefeller's channel. I don't know if I'm going to do it on my channel. I might just be joining specifically through his. And then from there, I'll go ahead and throw a link out there on my if you're following me, go for that. And then if some of you guys have been if you left the channel, go ahead and jump back on. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to get up to 500. So
it's a grind,
even
man.
if you don't watch all the movie, or if you don't watch all the freaking the videos and or the live streams or whatever, just hit subscribe anyways. Just hit the subscribe and hit the like button. You don't have to watch everything. Just throw it on there so like the numbers add up. Like just do that. Like it's all good. I do that for a lot. I do that for a lot of people. So come on.
My man told me this. He got 100,000 subscribers, and it was some of the best information I got. Because I don't want to be a noob tuber. I want to be a YouTuber. He was like, you ask for that shit at the end of the light. Don't even mention it the entire time. At the end of it, hey, don't forget to do the cliche.
Oh, I basically never mentioned
people over the head with it. It just get used to just performing, giving them people, talking to the chat. Don't worry about asking for.
I literally just
watch. I'm gonna tell you why. Because if you're on a video and somebody said, "Hey, Sci-Fi, drop me," you'd be like, "One, I'm probably not gonna do it." And two, you know what? I'm just gonna watch somebody else. So when you think about it hypothetically, it's like it does make sense.
If you're telling people to do it, like I actually don't like that. So even me like saying it right
drop
there,
it just like thumbs down.
Even in my like my video, like my intro video, it says something stupid like it doesn't even say subscribe, it says subscribe because I misspelled it and I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna let it ride. Who cares? And it's like whatever. Like if people jump on, great. If not, I hope you enjoy the content while you're watching it. Like that's it. Like I mean, I can't force you to hit the freaking button or something. I mean that'd be an amazing ability. That'd be
like my second grade nephew said. Don't forget and you got to tell your subscribers. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. So, that's a good idea, CJ. I'm gonna take that. I'm learning every day, and a big guy.
I did. Like everybody I talk to is like, you should be doing this, and I'm like,
soak it up.
As much as I would like to take everybody else's advice, it's been kind of working out. Like, but there are things that have helped. But so thank you for everybody who's watched. Thank you for watching the show. Go ahead and catch us over at Rockefeller Plaza. If you did not, subscribe to this guy already. He does a lot of gaming content, and then what else do you do other than
Bonfire Coffee Daily? And then besides that, I come hang out with you and co-host here, and we're trying to figure out more.
So,
I really know, man.
Yeah, Rockefeller Plaza has been like a great co-host, like the most consecutive co-host, and probably will be the most consecutive co-host as long as maybe I'll figure out some times that it works out the best for both of us, and then
we do hanging with Gallows the Media and co-host Rockefeller Plaza.
Yeah, we just hang on Gallows the Media. There you go. Like it's definitely it's not what he said at all, but at the same time, no.
you tell me, is it? So,
like, oh my god.
It hurts.
Anyways, thank you all for hanging out, and yes, 1 p.m. in about what is that, 9 hours. We'll be on Rockefeller Plaza talking about Andor season 2 episode 1. And which
bring some coffee.
I need to go watch that right now. So I'm gonna go watch that and then
watch episode 1. So we're gonna be watching episode 2.
There we go. All right. Peace out. Everyone have a good one.
Peace.